When you're a podcaster, certain equipment is necessary. Obviously, you need a microphone, although in a pinch, you can use a webcam if it has audio pickup, or you can use the voice memo on your cell phone. More importantly, however, you need a crew. If you're podcasting by yourself, you're basically functionally the person talking to themselves in an empty room, hoping that the demon monkey in their head will eventually find an audience. You need at least 2 people, probably not more than, say, 8. You need a dynamic number of people, dynamic personalities, a certain modification of continuity, camaraderie, and antagonism. Although you want to make sure you don't have anyone who will just completely overtake the conversation.
Oh my God, we don't have any of that shit.
Booze, man.
Yeah, I was going to say.
We are totally fucking screwed, man.
I thought that was stereo instructions for a second. Harrison, I take it that was a take on Burn Notice.
Yes, it was.
Okay, that's why I was lost, because I haven't watched that. So.
You were like,
I was like, what's happening?
It's got nerd god Bruce Campbell in it, and you've never seen an episode?
I thought you were going to start describing like an attaché case with like explosives in it and a throwing knife.
Really? So you've seen all his Sci-Fi Channel movies then?
Bruce Campbell is
the Sci-Fi Channel.
At the sound of Harris boring the shit out of Jason, turn the page.
The time will be for Harris to leave.
It's okay, Harris.
No, don't go anywhere.
Fuck all of you.
When you asked me if you could do the intro, I started to warn you that like you're gonna get heckled, but I thought, no, let him have it. Because everybody here is pretty hungry. We needed somebody to chew into. That's pretty much the way it goes.
Will this Harris self-destruct in 5 minutes?
It was my night in the barrel, apparently.
It was. But, hey, everybody, welcome to the League of Extremely Ordinary Gentlemen. We're back again with this week we tease where we're going to talk about spies and secret agents, and that's what we're going to do. Before we jump into everything, I first got to get a sound off. And starting on my left with the man strumming the guitar. Okay, and sitting next to that man.
Damn, son, you can't be that smooth on a Leon.
I
was trying to be smooth to say.
He's building up to something.
Greg.
Okay,
the bass player,
so
Greg.
that's what William Shatner thinks every time he takes those long pauses. It makes sense now. And next to Greg we got
00666 Jason.
All right. Next
My name's Harris O'Malley, and I'm a spy.
Kat, who will be fighting with either Bo or Harris for a microphone, depending on the moment.
Pick your battles wisely.
Bo.
This is 0048 15 16
Oh,
23
God.
42.
Shut the fuck up, Greg.
No.
Will you please be quiet, please, Grant?
There are 2
Fair enough.
Monacan agents in this room. One of them is Kristen.
And the other is Allison.
Ooh,
the
okay.
Sin and Alice.
And rounding out the cast, sitting in the back, who will come in at strategic times, will be Randy, one of our favorite. He's stepping up.
Hi, how's it going?
Double O Beardface.
Double O Hobo.
Beardsley McTurbanhead.
Who owns Rogues Galleries, Comics, and Games.
And the latest addition, support member, our good friend Fungus Monkey. Oh, wait, shaking his head?
Hey,
You're not...
say hello, Ranger Rick.
Thunderball?
Dude, seriously? You know there's no way you're going to step in here and we're going to call you Thunderball.
Yeah, not with Leon here.
Hilarious. Moonraker.
Unless you didn't get a favorable call from Planned Parenthood. Ooh, sorry about that. Damn.
Oh, yeah, I'm here too, goddammit. Cyrus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've been taking a vacation while I've been doing all the heavy lifting.
That's
here.
true. I got distracted. I was watching Goldeneye in the back. Goldfinger in the back.
Or as we like to call him, our secret leader, Ernst Blomey.
Ernst Stavros Blofeld, you have the capacity to instill great fear. Welcome to the Yellow Lantern.
Well, I would do an accented impression, except I can't.
Wait, that wasn't an accented impression?
That was an impression?
That was my normal voice. No, I'd say I would, but I'm physically incapable of doing one. So.
No, you can do one. Come on, try.
No, I can do one. It's just no point.
All he can do is hapless Russian immigrant. It's like my country, you know?
Well, once we announced we were going to do a spy episode, a lot of people got excited about it. But we can never jump into these things right off the bat. We got to tease it a little bit. Like starting off with some current news, other things we talk about, like talk about last week's show. What a blast that was. Thought it was fun.
You're not talking about the Leog, are you?
Yes, I am. That is what I'm talking
That
about.
was a drunken
goddammit.
mess. I thought you were talking about the Woo-Ha Fest that was Staple.
He's just trying to segue because he can't remember last week's Leon.
I know. What the fuck do you want me to talk about? Yeah, and then I said something horrible to Grant and blacked out.
Well, yeah. You know what?
Friday night, though.
I mean, here we are 3 days later, or 4 days later. Wow, it really was a big party, and still recovering from Staple.
I am exhausted. Saturday was a 19-hour day for me, and I'm still catching up on sleep. I'm just wiped, but it was a great weekend.
I don't know. That was the first time I've ever been to a con where I haven't had been selling something to someone, so that was awesome for me. It was like a vacation.
And you were the man. You were sitting there. Harris was sitting there in the corner manning the station.
He
the
was.
audio station. I kept going.
He
hey,
was
man,
like Desmond.
Yes, he was Leog's constant.
That's right, brother.
And I kept going over, going, hey man, do you take a break, go do something? He said, no, I'm fine right here. He's like, you just didn't want to give up the comfy seat against the wall.
It was an interesting thing because I would talk to Harris. He was like, oh, I'm beat. We should just pack up and go. I was like, well, dude, you can take a break. No, I'm fine. I'll just sit here. But anybody else have some fond memories from Staple? Because it was the longest weekend of my life in a long time.
Well, we are going to get into that in the next episode, right?
True. No, yeah. I'm not going to get into detail about it. I'm just wondering if you guys had any last things about Staple you wanted to say.
I definitely found many more ways to waste my fucking time, as if I needed any more. I found about 5 new webcomics that I'd kind of known about, but I got to meet the artist and was really enchanted by them, and got to pick up a trade paperback by them, and was just like, oh, I'm definitely checking this out every day. So Girls with Slingshots definitely comes to mind. Hijinks Ensue, Joel Watson. We did do Jason and I did a video interview with him, and he was hilarious. Although a little bit prickly, according to Jason, of all people.
Hey, he had the second best T-shirt for sale the entire fest.
He absolutely
next to John Lucas, who had the winner.
He had the Edward T-shirt, which is awesome.
Oh, see, I was more talking about the Grover Field.
Oh, you like the Grover Field?
Yeah,
they were all very good.
See, I did okay because but Bo's just teasing it. But next week we'll have our Staple show where we have all our audio and video interviews, and just filling you in more on that and all the fun and hijinks that. I don't want to say hijinks. That's lame.
We really the great thing about it is we got treated like rock stars. I mean, we went in and there were like badges waiting for us, and we got run of the show, and it was just awesome. And that was mostly due to Allison
and Randy apparently.
It's due to Allison.
We gotta talk about Diane.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
Oh my God, Diane!
Whoa, fellas,
Okay.
No.
Sorry.
We'll have
See the two of us over here?
Next week.
We run the segways.
Whoa.
Wow, that's really interesting, considering, everything I've said on any Leog ever.
You do know what you think you said wasn't actually what you said.
Well, at this point, I'm doubting my existence and thinking that you grew me in a vat 2 years ago.
Shit, he's on to us.
I know.
A vat of scotch.
We're going to have to wipe his memory again.
Well, we already were once.
69, that is. Woo!
We already were once Bo 2.0 is ready.
There's going to be some dude outside your doorstep with some origami swans later on.
This one kills hookers and he sings while he's doing it.
I'm thinking we don't use the Abby normal brain on the next one.
Well, plus the volume control.
Yeah. Yes.
I want some input then. If you're making a newer model.
Bo wants more comics. Fucker.
Oh, that's true, Kristen. We have some size issues we need to work out. You might want to get some input on that.
I'm about to go all Tyrell Corporation on your fucking ass.
It was only a matter of time before it went there. We went like 5 episodes past the admittance that y'all were dating.
For real,
before
we respected y'all for a long time.
Come on.
But better yet, we went 5 minutes without making a dick joke. So
yeah, we did. But we know it sells.
All those moments lost like tears in the rain.
Tears in the rain.
And
Wait,
this is why...
all those moments what? Lost like tears? Did somebody say lost?
No, but I was thinking...
I have seen comic book fans burning by the side of orc impersonators. Oh, sorry.
All I can say is that this is why I have sympathy for Kevin Smith. Because Because, you got to throw a dick joke in every once in a while just to keep things going.
Oh, I thought it was because he's a big fat guy that no one liked anymore. Hey, that's what you get for the dick joke.
That's not true. There's a lot of losers that still love Kevin Smith.
Oh, there's nothing better than watching a bunch of people go to a evening with Kevin Smith and they decided to cosplay as him.
Oh, you know what? I wasn't even going to talk about this. But Harris, now that you bring it up. So Harris, you went to an evening with Kevin Smith.
Yeah, Kat and I both went to Kevin Smith's Q&A here in Austin, and the neck beard count was off the fucking chart. Holy crap. I'm sorry, look,
is he playing for an indie folk band now?
Wait, what was off the chart? The pretension? Wait, what?
The neck beards. It was kind of
Oh,
awesome.
God.
Oh, my favorite thing was
So are you
just...
saying that Randy won?
Oh,
look at him and his neck beard.
All I'm saying is if you're going to cosplay at the Kevin Smith event, really, you're going to go with Silent Bob?
Yeah. And also catch out Randy's Iron and Wine tribute band at Nemo's.
Let's be honest here. Randy's beard stops before it gets to his neck.
Called Iron Man and Wino.
But no, I do have to admit, I am a fan of Kevin Smith's, and it was entertaining. Although the part that I was not expecting was him to flat out admit that Cop Out was a shitty movie and that he couldn't direct it.
No, did he actually say those words? Did he apologize for it?
He never apologized.
He refers to the movie constantly. It was he never said, "Well, and I made the movie Cop Out." It was I was making this movie A Couple of Dicks, which the studio renamed Cop Out. And that's always how he referred to it, absolutely consistently. He was, I would not use the word apologetic,
right?
But he didn't try to hide the fact that this is not his proudest moment in filmmaking.
To be fair, it wouldn't matter what it was called.
He straight up said, Bruce Willis directed this movie.
Hey, you know what? Actually, in the DVD to Clerks 2, he talks about that. What was the bad Ben Affleck movie he did with the
Geely?
No, Jersey Girl.
Jersey Girl.
No, he talks about that.
Chasing Amy?
No, anyway, but that's the one thing I've always.
I'm sorry, you made my brain go on self-destruct after you admitted that you've watched The Extras to Clerks fucking 2.
I watched. You know why?
News fail. Game over.
No, wait. You know why I watched it? Because it was.
Did you lose a bet?
No, it wasn't interesting. It was like
your family's being held hostage by the mafia.
You are being paid $1 million.
Were you getting interrogated in Abu Ghraib?
Yeah. But was Polly Walnuts holding a chainsaw over your wife? No, you're gonna watch these fucking extras. Somebody's gonna watch.
No, Jack Bauer's right there. What did the extra say? What did the extra say?
Instead of extras or special features, they call it insult to injury.
Anyway.
He is so determined.
I know he is. I would totally have given up at this point.
The only point I wanted to make was that he's always been very honest about when he does really shitty, and that's the one thing I do like about him.
Okay, now I would counter that in as much as when I went to the premiere at South by Southwest premiere of Chasing Amy, he got up and made a speech where he said, "Look, Chasing Amy is my apology for Mallrats," and then later he came out and said, "No, fuck that. Mallrats was my favorite of all my movies." So I don't take his apologies seriously.
Plus, if I went to your house for a party and I took a shit in the hallway, and then I was like, man,
What do you mean if?
And I'm really sorry. And then 3 months later, I went back and did it again and went, I'm sorry both times. Would that really make you feel a lot better about it?
I will say one thing about Kevin Smith. He is probably the most accessible of any Hollywood celebrity you can imagine. Which is why his fans are so fucking rabid.
Hey, but hello, McDonald's is accessible.
I will say, he does seem like he'd be less of a douche than a lot of other directors.
Yeah, but that's the reason
to deal with one-on-one.
That's the reason why his fans are so damn rabid, because they honestly think that he's their buddy.
Well, and I think it's a great tack for him to take because honestly, he is going to own up doing something horrible in his future, like running a comic book store.
Hell, own up with that. Thanks to the Q&A, I know way too much.
I didn't get Randy off for that. God damn it!
I know way too much about what he likes to do to his wife's ass because of that Q&A.
And what he's done in certain bathrooms.
Wow.
Okay, that's not accessible.
Did he talk about movies
That's
at all?
assault.
He did give quite a long dissertation on his experience making Cop Out. And it was at times difficult to tell whether he was thanking Bruce Willis for the opportunity to learn.
Or for not kicking his ass during the filming.
Oh, yeah, like that would have happened. Can you see that fight? That's it, Kevin Smith. I've had it with you. Whoa, his lightsaber. Dude, you know that's made of plastic, right? Whatever. Come on, let's go.
You did kind of get the feeling that it was bordering on that at points.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not, if you made a live-action movie of the Venture Brothers, which character would Kevin Smith play? The Monarch's henchman? Am I wrong?
Yeah, he's 21.
Yeah.
So he would be 21. And let's not forget that 21 held his own against Brock Sampson.
For about 3 minutes.
And that is also the world of cartoons.
What's the difference?
Here we are, like the Let's Start a War with Kevin Smith episode of Leo.
It's funny because I thought that was the last one, and we were past that, and suddenly it got brought up again.
I don't have it started.
I don't have anything against the guy at all. I really don't. It's like, what the fuck? I understand. You don't have anything left, and they keep offering you money to make movies. I'd probably do the same thing, and at night I'd burn myself with matches and shit. But
after
still.
as many people as we have pissed off on this show, if they were ever in the infinitesimal chance to actually hear the show, the only person that would be on our side, or people, are Patrick Warburton and Jackson Public, and that's it.
That'd probably be about it.
But I do have to say, all in all, it was an awesomely fun night.
Oh, it was hilarious.
I laughed myself tired that night. And thanks very much to Cyrus, who provided the tickets.
He's fat.
We're talking about Kevin Smith, right?
Yeah, we're talking about Kevin Smith.
I do have to say, I'm a huge Kevin Smith fan, both physically and emotionally, and quite frankly...
Wait, explain that first, Stacey.
No, don't explain it!
Yeah, no. Don't.
Like a baby's arm holding an apple.
Oh my god.
What, the way his
no,
fat rolls over?
Exactly.
I need scotch and bleach! Scotch and bleach! Randy, go to the kitchen!
The fact that...
Fuck you, Mr. Comic Book Store.
Damn it!
The fact that the man has traded in his trench coat for a bathrobe is really kind of sad.
No, it is the moment in The Simpsons where Homer says, fuck it, I'm going to wear a muumuuu.
Yeah,
That's what's happening.
Yeah, that's totally what that is.
It really doesn't help his too fat to fly thing, which I sympathize with, but really when you're going to your Q&A wearing a damn bathrobe talking about how you're comfortable
And you're not Hugh Hefner?
He wasn't too fat to fly. He was very clear about that.
No, I agree with him with that, but wearing the bathrobe to your Q&A does not help your cause.
Not unless aliens are going to pick you up.
Wow,
We're
just
just
thinking
comfortable.
that you guys were listening to him describe his airline experience makes me think that if I was in that audience, I would have taken my brains out through my nose with a wrench.
Honestly, it was the most entertaining airline story I have ever heard.
And
it
she
went a little
did.
too long. But...
I mean, that's the thing. The guy's great at holding court, but
He
making
is.
movies.
Oh, God, yeah.
Ooh.
Well, that's what I'm
We're
saying.
dedicating way too much time to
It's
this topic.
clear he's not an asshole.
Moving on.
This is the spy episode,
Okay,
right?
I just had something else here. I wanted to thank Rob, who was cleaning his house and found a shitload of old 8-bit NES games, including one of my all-time favorite games I've been looking for 20 years, Maniac Mansion. And he mailed them to me, and I really wanted to thank him because...
Dude, put the hamster in the microwave. Put the hamster in the microwave.
No, I want to... only Sid will do that. He's the only
Who's
character.
Rob?
Yeah, who's this Rob
I
person?
mean, I'd like to thank Charles for mowing my lawn the other week.
Oh, actually, if we're gonna do random shout-outs to people...
We're not.
No.
Oh, no?
We're not.
This
Not
is-
even
We're
Diane?
not. Kristen, what are you doing here?
Not yet.
But in all seriousness,
This
Grant,
is
give me
a-
Charles's phone number later.
I didn't
Charles is
ask
aces.
for these things. That's why I am thanking him personally because it's not like a wish list thing. He just happened to find something that he thought I'd enjoy and sent it to me, and I really wanted to thank him for that because that was very, very
Okay.
kind.
Well, Rob, thank you.
Yeah,
You
thanks,
sweet guy.
So, oddly enough,
Okay, so-
before the 1950s, spies were considered more to be villains than heroes of a particular genre.
Yes. And before there were spies, well, actually not before, way after, there was Lost,
Lost.
which was last night.
You make
And-
everyone spite me with these segues.
Dude, I tried 3 times to segue into this, and everybody talked over me.
I did. It was
Middle
my
fingers
I
fault.
from
have to
Jason.
pee.
But now,
Everyone wants to leave.
but before we do anything else, we must get to Lost.
Lost.
All right, yeah, let's
Wait,
do it.
do we get a theme song here?
Well, it'll be in the editing. All right, you ready? You ready?
Yeah,
Quiet, everyone, quiet. And there it was.
Oh, that was great.
So, Grant, tell us about Lost last
Seriously, the room
Boy, you-
cleared out.
You
Okay.
cleared this room out like a fart, man.
This episode was Dr. Linus, and
It was about Benjamin Linus.
And it
But
may have been the best episode
Your
of this
nearly
season.
favorite character.
You know,
It was
what's funny
badass.
It was
is there's
a
been
bad
some
episode.
controversy on whether it's the best episode.
I'm sure there is.
Because we talked to some
Yeah.
people who didn't like it at all.
I'm not
People
surprised.
Didn't like
Well,
it, but
I think there are always going to be people that are just going to want Benjamin to get his ass kicked repeatedly for being such a douche
I mean,
in
we
the earlier
saw
seasons.
though.
But
He's sort of Professor Snape. They make you sympathize with him and at least
There
understand
we
his
go.
Brent, I
motivation.
begged you not to make that Harry Potter
Wow.
reference for
He
your
is,
own good.
I'm telling you.
No,
They-
it's his longtime theory that the guy. Okay, and I want to clear up here. He keeps going. I told you he's secretly good, like as if he was gonna like.
He's a saint.
That's not.
Well,
this is not what you were talking about.
They project who he is in neon letters at the beginning of the episode, and he is Napoleon. He has lost all of his power. He is emperor in name only, and he is on the island. That pathetic little jab that Flock gave him, and saying like, I can see you being the leader of this island after all of us leave, young man. You've got a lot of potential, and it's just
You
like,
got
oh
moxie,
my
kid.
god.
And here
Lead
I thought
us,
that whole
dude.
speech was about Charles Widmore.
He's not secretly good. What this episode is about is redemption. And
Yes.
I think that's
Yeah,
why.
very much so.
That's the very definition of why this is a good episode. He has been evil this whole time, but
they make you feel for him.
Oh, they
which was great.
totally do.
They do.
And Michael Emerson was incredible in this
He
episode.
was.
He's always been an incredible actor.
but
He-
this
he-
raised the bar for him.
Yeah, and it's true. That's true. It was
I just like to
really
fuck
his
with you
moment to
guys and
shine.
say I want him to be Professor Snape.
No.
Well, and if
Snape
you
wasn't a good guy necessarily.
to me, this
He's still a
episode,
schmuck to Harry Potter.
this episode more than any other was a real throwback to like the first season old school episodes of like, wow, I hate this guy, he sucks, he's a dick.
Yeah.
And then you watch the whole thing, you go like, oh no, now he's my favorite character.
But
Yes,
he had a
then
bad
you go like,
childhood.
oh.
If he was
Here's the
off
thing, though,
island
guys.
without Jacob's influence,
And that's
he would be a
weird.
great
It's
guy.
weird that you say that because we've seen
You're on the right track,
we've
Brant.
seen Ben's childhood, and it's definitely been rough. But there's never been enough to get over the hill of like, yeah, but you still did all those horrible fucking things.
But
Yeah.
the thing is,
Now-
we're seeing something different with Ben than we're seeing with anybody else. My theory on this season is that the alternate timeline that we're getting is showing us that these people are the same at base, no matter what
True.
situation they're put in. They're reacting the same way. And Ben is the exception that I hope and I think proves my theory. Because this Ben was never shot by Saeed and taken to the pool where, to be revived, where they were very clear when Alpert,
That
and the
he would
others
be
took it.
changed.
He is going
Yeah.
to never be the same
I
person
disagree.
again.
I don't
This
think
is
he's
a
the
different
exception.
Ben.
Every single one of them has shown that they've changed, with the exception of maybe Kate.
And yet,
Well, what about Saeed?
No, see, I think Saeed, last week's Saeed
Well,
episode shows
maybe
the
it's
same
that
thing,
anyone
he
who
is-
aligns with Jacob's side shows a change in redemption.
Yeah, I
Whereas
think-
if they're on Smokey's
Yeah,
side,
that's
Well,
sort of how I read
well,
it too, because Jack
they end up the same.
Jack
on the
sort of
same
got
path.
his happy ending in a way. He gets the bomb of the sun.
Yeah, he did.
Saeed gets fucked.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and you look at
Well-
you look at the ones who are like getting some redemption, and it's the
Well,
guys
Saeed
who-
wanted Nadia in his
Well,
life, he's
and
got-
if in order for Ben's redemption to be a real redemption, there's no way that he could go to the Hydra Island. There's no fucking way.
Right.
Because his redemption is the moment where he says, "I'm going there because oh my god," and I started bawling.
Yeah,
God
I
damn
know,
it!
I
He's
know.
like, 'cause
I
I'm
know.
going there
Yeah.
because no one else will have me.
Did you not
Yeah.
start
And
pouring
it's
out
the
tears?
first time I've liked Alana where she's like, "I'd have you," and
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
like. Oh God! And when he just standing there in that jungle clearing, and all of a sudden just starts to pathetically plod after us, like, oh fuck, okay, finally.
I was reading someone else's
now
opinion on
I
this.
can trust Ben.
I was reading someone else's opinion on
It's
this.
the first time you can
and-
trust him.
It's
yes.
the first time you can
And they're pointing out that he finally pours his heart out and admits all his faults to someone, but it happens to be Alana, and it almost kind of weakens it because you
I don't-
want-
I
I
think
think that's the opposite.
I think it
disagree.
strengthens it because
Yeah, who is he gonna
she worshipped Jacob as much as he did.
Yeah,
He
who's he gonna cry to?
but all the
Sawyer?
people that he wronged, maybe like
Yeah, but she's the exact right person to come out to about like what he himself feels terrible about. He realizes he fucked up stabbing Jacob. Oh, he gets that.
Yeah.
Well,
and
it's also he's able to talk to somebody like what he says like you're in the exact position where I am,
Yeah.
and you're the person who needs to hear this the most.
Now, did anybody else catch who directed this episode?
Mario Van Peebles.
Mario Van Peebles.
Who was a damn good director.
I know.
He
I don't know,
can.
I
Despite
just like-
whatever you might think
Yeah.
of his acting.
I think my favorite episode in this, my favorite moment of this episode was Miles continuing his moment
Oh,
as
yeah.
Captain Practical.
Yeah.
Why do I want $3.2 million from you when I can just dig up these two jabronis who had $8 million in diamonds buried?
Yeah.
Just
And
one.
he did.
Just one little point on Mario Band Peoples. If you have not seen Badass, go fucking see it.
You know what? That is
It
his best
a
movie.
great history of the black.
I never
the
really
black
had much
exploitation
respect for him
movement.
until he made that movie.
Okay.
wish you
we
could-
have
just-
to also
just-
talk
let me ask-
about
let me-
Locke, or Jack.
Well, before we get, that is
All right.
important. Not, you know what, Grant? I don't want to step on you. It's your moment.
Leon, I would just like to say that I'm fucking this dog. I'm actually fucking this dog, so
You know what? I'm gonna step on even over there. I'm gonna lay my shit down and say you got 3 minutes to wrap Lost up.
Yeah,
for
you're
this
telling
week.
me you're fucking this dog after I just said I'm gonna let you have it.
I'm just fucking with you.
Those minutes are counting
it up,
down.
Grant.
You're my dog.
Oh, it's like 2:50 now.
Play on words.
Hurry it up, Grant.
Okay, Jack. We see balls out going nutso, and kind of Jack might be off the deep end here. He's playing against the island with the full Destiny thing, and saying, you know what, we'll let the TNT explode me. If it does, then maybe I don't have Destiny. Otherwise, we'll see. And
He becomes a man of faith.
It's like Jack got his faith.
yeah. He's sort of a man of faith, but he's also
Destiny,
a
no,
dangerous,
escape.
just unreliable entity.
Yeah,
Wait,
that
you see
little.
Jack is dangerous?
I mean, I could see that someone would give in to faith, but it's more like he's testing faith. He's like, let's see if it's true. If not, I don't care if I die.
No. At that point, when he's willing to sit with
I don't
lit
think so because
dynamite,
he's
already believing
his
it.
He's willing
no,
to die
no.
if it does.
I disagree because his next line is so indicative, and he's like, "Want to get another stick?"
Yeah, let's try it again. He's gonna run that gamble as many times as he wants.
Okay,
Nah, I don't think
but before we put a cap on this, I just want to say, I don't have a lot of theories about Lost, but I still have one prevailing theory. I'm curious who's with me. Jacob is a douche. I fucking hate that
no
guy.
question about
that. Both of them are douches.
Okay.
Him and Smoke Monster.
Okay.
Well, Smokey at least is kind of honest. She's like, listen,
Yeah,
I just want to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Fine,
like
he's an asshole.
I guess
it's like that old song.
I think they're both douches. I'm just praying we don't get a Babylon 5 ending for this.
It
That's
really
all
depends
that I'm asking.
on what
Get
you
the
think.
hell off
Do you
my
think you're
island.
more screwed with Destiny, or do you think you're more screwed with free will?
Look, I mean, Jacob might be the nicer of the two, but it's like that old saying or song, your enemy won't do you any harm because you know where he's coming from. It's like, look, with the Smoke Monster, I know he's evil. He's going to fuck me over. But Jacob seems to think he's the good guy, and everything he's doing, I'm going like, no, dude, you're a dick. And
Well,
you
at
might
least
fuck me
Jacob's-
worse because I might trust you at the wrong moment.
Jacob's side seems to still at least indicate forgiveness and redemption, and we've seen that with Alana forgiving Ben, and with Jacob hoping in the best in Ben that he wouldn't kill him.
That was so manipulative. That
Well-
whole thing where Miles reads Jacob and he says yeah, Jacob really thought that in the end that he could trust you and you wouldn't stab
You
him.
realize we're like 2 inches from an entirely different discussion here.
I'm
Yeah,
not going to get into that. Sorry.
One other thing we have to point out is Alex, Tanya Rousseau, is hella fine. Like
You
PHOIME.
are high.
What? You see
What,
her in that?
are you serious? You don't agree with Grant?
What's wrong with you?
That woman's nose got its own zip code.
Hey, dude, I like the big
I want
Yeah,
to move
me
into
too.
that zip
I
code. That's
gotta
all I'm
say,
saying.
That chick
I
is-
have never been disappointed by a big nose.
Yeah.
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 I'm all about
Can't
that.
hear
Wait, Allison's got to have her say.
Honestly,
I've never
one of my
been
favorite things
disappointed by a
on a
big
woman is her nose.
Yes. I've
Yeah.
never been disappointed by a big nose either.
Yes, if there's anything I like to see, it's a woman with visible nostrils.
Like Allison loves to point out the fact that her nose is shaped like a penis. Where I was like, wait, what?
All
Oh,
right,
wow, it
now
is.
we've definitely taken a wrong turn.
So anyway,
that's
Moving on.
Okay.
Trending name in junior
All right. Okay. I was gonna segue out of that anyway.
I was gonna make a milking the prostate joke and nose thing, but I
I was
decided
gonna say,
against
hey,
it.
penis nose, give me a drink.
Okay. So,
It was a great episode. Everyone stay tuned for my Grand on Lost video, which I'll post on the podcast.
all right. Grant on.
so
Lord.
spies.
All right.
And by the way, I have a Facebook fan page now, Cyrus from Spill. Just those who haven't yet discovered it with the excessive marketing I've done already.
Right on. Moving on to other new business that we have to get out of the way before we get on to the real show. Birthday. Cyrus, you got a big birthday coming up.
Oh, shit. Really? Are we coming back to me on that?
No, actually we're not. Because you know what? What we didn't know is that Harris had a birthday 2 days
There
before
you go.
yours.
Much more important.
Thanks for noticing me.
Well, dude, we've been okay. Clearly, between February and March, there are way too many Leog birthdays. I don't know what all our parents were up to during this time, but
well, we do actually.
9 months previous to this. They were having
Kids this time. That's what they were doing.
I just hope they weren't like having sex with each other. But what I don't get is like how we've been talking about everybody's birthday, focusing on it, and you never spoke up. You never spoke up to let anybody know that your birthday was like the next one to come.
Because he's not a gift whore. That's why.
Well, oh, you know what? You know what? How much of a gift whore he's not? I went to his page to see what to get him. He doesn't even have like an Amazon wish list link.
Harris?
He does. It's just kind of deep undercover.
Why, Harris? You I mean, don't make the job harder for your friends. We love you, man.
Honestly, everything on there is photography equipment, which is a little out of the range of most nerds.
Because I got to be honest with you, like you're like a rich guy who knows all kinds of geek stuff. So there's really no way to know what to buy you without such a list.
Oh, is it?
Okay, wait.
Sorry, what's in the box?
Okay, Harris, you're opening up gifts.
Okay.
Harris, who gave you a gift? What's going on over
Grant
here?
just handed me Wintermen by Brett Lewis and John Paul Leon.
Wait, is that
I
one?
heard it was really good.
Is that one of the things in the
No
box
one
you
picked it up.
brought to give to the rest of us?
Actually, he had.
Well,
Hey, man.
Wah wah.
here, hand that back to me and I'll gladly keep it.
It's the thought that counts.
Grant, just
And Grant, what were you
his old
thinking?
Copy.
I was gonna say, Grant, really, I've got a copy in the box. If you're welcome to it.
I'll get a better gift.
Thank
than
you. By the way, I mean, don't get me wrong. I am grateful.
I'm more grateful, obviously.
Look, there's a
Oh,
thermos
wait.
cup on the net that looks like a telephoto lens. He's been pimping that shit out on Facebook. Get it for him and send
Somebody
it to
get
him.
him that.
It's unavailable.
And
I
Jason,
tried.
don't talk with your mouth full.
Okay, so Jason, I'm sorry. It was your birthday last week. Grant got you something?
Yeah. Grant hooked me up with the first hardcover edition of Ex Machina by
Ooh,
Brian K.
It's
nice.
Machina.
Machina?
Yeah.
No,
Oh, like cool
no,
hip.
only if you don't know anything about
They
it.
were making fun of
Cool
me earlier
hip
because I
Latin.
pronounced it Machina.
No, it's pronounced Machina. Goddammit.
There we go.
And I'm a big Brian K. Vaughan fan, so thank you, sir.
Brian K. Vaughan, who also writes Lost.
I only know how it's pronounced correctly because of bong water, but still.
So Harris, if you have a wish list on Spill, please make it more prominent. If not for the fans, for the rest of us.
Okay, I shall.
We'll try to, wait, is everybody gonna get together for you this weekend? What's the plan?
Honestly, there is no plan. I haven't made a big deal out of my birthday since like 2000, when even my dad forgot my birthday.
Wow.
Oddly enough, he didn't forget my
Man,
brothers.
As if we didn't feel like shit already. He just
Are you
Wow.
sure you're not
Yeah.
pimping for gifts? Jeez.
Wait for the punchline.
Yeah, he didn't forget my brothers, which is really kind of odd because we're twins.
Oh.
Wow. First off, I didn't know that you were a twin, which creepy.
Yeah.
No, they're fraternal.
And
Oh, we're the
second,
worst twins ever.
you forgot. You told me this story, and the punchline is he's got Alzheimer's.
No.
What? That's funny.
No, the
Oh, does
punchline
he really?
It is.
Oh,
The
if he does.
punchline is they used to call Harris Belial. And he was carried around in a basket.
Basket case, nice.
So Harris, we'll dedicate this week to your birthday.
Woohoo!
As in, Mr. Cyrus here can't celebrate his birthday.
It's already gone. You blinked.
And that's not true.
It's gone.
It's not true.
It's over.
Not true.
I
Not
think he's
finding-
having a numbers issue.
When's your
If
birthday,
I did-
douchebag?
If I did my math correctly, you're on the Ides of March.
Yes, fine.
Ooh, beware the
Well,
odds of
it's
Oh, well, I'll just
painful.
stab you in the back.
You know, I used to love my birthday till I moved to Austin. I did.
Oh, because of South by Southwest?
Because South by it was so like there's
Right
so
there
many
with you.
nightmarish, horrible experiences of trying to celebrate it and having 3 people show up because everybody was working at South by.
Okay, here's something that I don't understand. People lie about their age all the time, and yet you can't get somebody to very pragmatically lie about the day that they were born, which is essentially meaningless.
Oh.
Like, just move that shit.
When you're close enough to St. Patrick's Day, yes, you fucking can. Oh, and by the way, if you're Irish on St. Patrick's Day, you better fucking well be Jewish on Yom Kippur.
Yeah. And if you see your mom this weekend, you'd be sure and tell her, Satan!
Satan! Satan!
Well, Harris and Cyrus, happy birthday, both of you.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Leon.
And speaking of which, we do have St. Paddy's Day is coming up, so for everybody that rags us for our Irish stereotypes, go out and farm some mud and rape a sheep.
Go out, smoke some peat, and get shot by an Englishman.
And drink.
Well, we celebrate that.
I do that every day.
Every day is St. Patrick's Day here.
Yeah, it's a... Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't really condone the drinking part.
You're just trying to get their liquor.
Oh, wow. You're at that point where you're so plowed you think you're sober, aren't you?
Are we going to hit on the other comic news, or are we just going to go right into spy stuff?
God damn it.
You got to jump on the segue sooner, Leon. You got to bat him out.
I got a rhythm to these things.
Yeah, well, your rhythm is apparently in 4/4 time, and everybody else is on 2/4 time.
I got a rhythm to these things. All right, well, now that we've talked about birthdays enough, you guys ready to talk about spy things?
Yeah.
Too bad, because I ain't ready yet.
Oh, never mind.
I was ready an hour ago.
No.
Well, I really feel bad for ruining it.
Before that,
we prepared an extra special history of General Hospital.
No.
Man, when Luke and Laura finally hooked up.
I hate
Are we retorting to horrible email again?
Yeah. Wow. See, Bo, you know what? I knew if you threw enough darts, eventually you're gonna hit something. We got to address some viewer mail. Now, the thing about last week's show is we had we had a blast with last week's show, and it's an odd thing because hey, the show posted a day or a night early, which is like yay, and yet it got fewer views than usual. Boo! But the response was much more positive than usual.
Yay! But
however,
okay.
Now we got this.
All right.
That says.
So that's me retort.
Yes. To tease our segment for Bo.
Allow me to retort.
With Bo. You guys gotta get a theme song for that too. And this will be familiar to you. From I think a guy who goes by the Amazing Rapist.
The Amazing Rapist.
Yes, it was the Amazing Rapist, and somehow he got banned on the site. It does not have anything to do with us. And by God, if it did, we'd fucking tell you, dude. And I went and checked out his like webpage a couple times, and he had some pretty offensive stuff on it, like racially offensive stuff.
Well, he was called the Amazing Rapist,
and his name was the Amazing Rapist.
Was he making fun of the Irish?
But
he wasn't making fun of the Irish.
He got banned. He came back, and now if he's still on the site, he's called Therapist Amazing. And that's how we're going to pronounce it from now on.
If you offend us, that takes some doing.
As far as I'm concerned, carte blanche. Hey, you're back in the fold until you do something stupid to get yourself banned again. So.
Ooh, this could be it. It says about that so-called troll Bo was talking about. I think he or she was just a comic book fan who was just wondering why attention was paid to Blackest Night. The attention paid to Blackest Night was so glowingly favorable, and the attention paid to Siege was so nitpicky and negative. Also, I am sure this quote-unquote troll agrees with Harris that Girls is a bad comic. I assume
vindicated.
I assume
by a troll.
These viewpoints are quote-unquote flame baiting, but I am not sure. Apparently, having a viewpoint counter to the Leo crew is troll behavior, and. That's all I'm going to read because the rest of it is riddled with typos to where it wouldn't even make sense.
As far as I'm concerned, because this guy, he's made several comments, and I didn't want to address this because, I did see the offensive stuff on his site, and I was like, okay, this guy is potentially a troll, so I'm not going to stir up the flames, like some people I would mention. But I was like, all he seemed to want to do was talk about how great Siege was. Which fine and dandy, and I think there have actually been some people here that have thrown some love Siege's way,
Me.
Jason being one of them. But he wanted to do it at the expense of tearing down Blackest Night,
right?
Which most of us love, and it's just like, dude, if that's the approach that you're gonna take, I'm not even gonna talk to you. It's like, fine, you like Siege and you hate Blackest Night, great, but I'm not gonna debate you about the merits of one over the other.
Well, he said to take this tack that if we don't agree with what he says, we're calling him a troll, and that's not true.
No, guess what? welcome to the League Lounge. If
Yeah.
we say you're a troll, well, stay out of sunlight, motherfucker, because you're a troll.
Hey, here's the thing,
Back
all right?
under your bridge.
Trolldom has two definitions for me. One, it's somebody who who when they get pissed about something, they're arguing with someone, they think they're just being funny, they spam people. I don't care what it is, I don't care what the reasoning is. If you go to somebody's page and put up 50 things of the same thing, you're a troll, and that's just the end of the argument. And two, if you throw around two words, faggot and nigger. If you throw those words around, you're a troll, and I don't want anything with you to do with you on this side.
He already tripped over the F word. Definitely.
Honestly, the best part of Siege is in Siege number 2, where you see the close-up of Captain America's shield coming closer and closer into the Iron Patriot's face.
Yeah, sure.
Other than that, the only moment in Siege you've got is, hey kids, comics! Oh yeah, the Sentry just ripped Ares apart. Woo! Kids comics, yay!
Well, here's the thing. I think the larger point, as someone who doesn't really like Siege or Blackest Night, is we don't all agree. How can we be calling you a troll if you don't agree with us? We're not a mono.
Exactly.
There are like 15 or 100 of us here. We don't all
Although
agree.
most of us believe Randy is wrong.
Well, I may be.
You will never be banned from.
Yeah, there's only 12.
You will never be banned from Spill for disagreeing with our opinions.
You know what?
You will be disagreed for the way in which you disagree with our opinions.
To me, a troll is somebody who makes personal attacks.
Exactly.
And again,
we have plenty of those. People, personal attacks for no reason. They aren't like, oh, I disagree with your point, and here's what I have to say. They're like, you're so-and-so's ugly, or so-and-so. I'm like, yeah, you're just being an asshole.
I hate your voice, whatever.
Trolls are people who are just trying to get us to react just because. Not saying, well, honestly, I really think that your opinion on this comic / TV show / movie is wrong because X, Y, and Z, and here's my well thought out argument.
And I will get into this right here. I mean, one of the things we're proud of with Spill is that we didn't encourage that. Right from the beginning, we said, hey, politeness counts for a lot. Now, if I'm being a dick to you, if you politely call me on it, I'll admit to it. I have caged I was typing while drunk.
And, I mean, you guys talk about Kevin Smith being accessible. We throw a big-ass party and invite you to come down, and we're your best friends for a whole weekend. All of us. So don't talk to me about us being elitist or hating
Just remember,
trolls.
I'm not their best friend.
True, Jason.
Well,
Jason hates all of you.
But you'll drink the drinks they buy you.
Of course.
we actually during SpillCon we keep Jason in a glass booth until 11 o'clock p.m. And then we break the glass and let him out.
It's like a Bacta tank, but with Glenfiddich.
Yeah, exactly.
Really, the best way to answer that is, dear sir, I disagree with you on the following points.
Yes.
P.S. You're a douchebag. Signed.
Well, be that as it may, thank you, Bo, for another episode of Allow Me to Retort. All right, now, who's ready to talk about spies?
My favorite
Another
line is coming
trick.
up in the movie here.
All right,
trick,
so
trick.
let's jump into it right after we take a bathroom break.
I strongly suspect Leon just wants me to put more musical breaks in here.
Yeah.
Party!
Talk about spies, getting bored now.
Leon.
Let's go, let's talk about
Leon.
spy shit.
Leon!
What?
Danger zone.
Danger zone.
Thank you, Cyrus, for leading us back in. Welcome back to the Leog, and now we get to talk about spies. Everybody.
Yes.
Because we all love spies and secret agents. And this is all about those two factions and not investigators or PIs or dicks.
There goes half the Leon.
Wait, we're not going to talk
All right.
about dicks?
I would like to spend the first half hour of this segment talking about all the anonymous villains in the original Captain America series.
I would like.
You wanted to talk about spies? Come on.
I would like to hear Greg play a few licks from Johnny Rivers.
Secret Agent Man?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to play the Battle of New Orleans.
Oh, can you not do it?
You know who could play it?
Greg.
You know who could play it? Local F could play it.
Yeah, dude. We've been waiting 2 years for a theme song. You can't even play Secret Agent Man?
Find somebody better. Go ahead and get it. Works.
Oh,
if you can find
where's a
somebody
man
better,
who loves a life
find
of
somebody
danger?
better who works for these wages. You get them.
Well, two
Until
people
then-
in the room have raised their hands. I can do it.
Okay, go ahead.
E7, B7.
Can you play the plugs version? El hombre secreto.
There's a man who leads a
a
life of danger. To everyone he meets, he stares a stranger.
With every
Asian, another chance he takes. Odds are he won't live to see tomorrow.
Secret Asian man, secret Asian man, they're giving you a number and takes away your name.
You know, just sheerly through, and I know Bo and I are probably the only two people in the room that share this, but just through the Repo Man soundtrack, it sounds weird not to hear Hombre Secreto.
Yeah, there's a great band called the Plugs that the lead singer of Tito and the Tarantulas was in, and they did all these like cool little like hardcore new wave Spanish numbers. They're kind of a precursor to Los Lobos. And Hombre Secreto off the Repo Man soundtrack. Check it out.
Awesome. All right, so now that we jump into spies, everyone has been assigned per the envelope. Their spy
Whoa,
show.
I didn't get an envelope.
Where's my envelope?
Plain manila envelope.
It probably self-destructed before you even got it. But
that's where that singeing sensation
yes.
and the
Premature
smell.
self-destruction.
A spy show / movie / comic book that they want to talk about. And I want to start with the motherfucker called the guitar player called Greg.
Is he called the guitar player and Greg?
It's an old Negro spiritual joke.
I just call him motherfucker.
Who called that motherfucker a guitar player?
Yeah, exactly. Oh no. Yeah.
Now you
Robin
get
Harris, everybody. Anyway.
Can we bury him at the crossroads, please?
So, Greg, yeah, what show do you want to talk about?
Well, obviously I love Archer, but everybody loves Archer. But I really, the one I want to talk about, because I'm the only one that still watches it, is 24 this year.
Okay.
I'm just sorry.
Okay, you can talk about 24. I just want everybody to know that, like,
You're on the
5
naughty
minutes
list,
ago,
Jack.
I told
The
Greg to
naughty
specifically
list.
talk about Archer.
Oh yeah, but okay.
So is Jack Bauer a spy though?
Yes.
Actually,
I would firmly say he's a spy,
CTU.
yeah.
He's an agent.
I mean,
CTU.
I feel like the show has gone downhill.
It has.
But then again, I skipped I watched it till I found a season that I could not take anymore and stopped watching it, and it's been 3 seasons since then.
Okay, well, let me ask you about everybody
like
a
6
general
of them.
question, because I get a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people with this who have watched 24 to some degree, and there seems to be a point where they jumped off. So going around the room, at what season did you jump off the show?
Zero.
So Allison, you never watched it.
Well, obviously, Greg's still watching.
I still watch it, so we're at season 8, so I haven't stopped.
I stopped at 5.
Okay.
And what happened in 5 that did it for you?
It just got to the point where it was dumb past believability. For me.
Like what was the shark jumping moment?
It was the nuke. That's when
It
I
was-
stopped
it
on
was-
5.
When they
at the
nuked
nuke.
Los
They
Angeles,
nuked
right?
Los
They nuked the
Angeles.
fridge.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Fucking hell! I stopped at the nuke at season 2.
Oh, so there was a nuclear bomb at season 2?
Yeah, there was, because that was one of the CTU agents actually flew. I hate saying this, but he actually flew the plane with the nuke in it, and it blew himself up. Yes, it was.
Well, the worst thing of season 2 was the cougar.
Yeah, that
Who, Courtney Cox?
Wait,
I know. right?
yeah. Courtney
No,
Cox
the-
Cox was on that.
Or
No.
Jaguar, whatever the fuck it
The
was.
Jaguar that was,
Yeah.
the Jaguar that was going after his.
Yeah, it
his
was a
daughter.
Jaguar running around through L.A.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
a
okay.
cougar.
It's a totally
Yeah,
ridiculous.
no, a
show.
cougar would be comfortable in L.A. A Jaguar would be.
Yeah, but no, I mean, there are many moments that are ridiculous, that are stupid. It's why I still like watching this show, because I always like watching when Jack kicks the shit out of his friends, and then his friends like understand, like, you broke my ankle, but I understand you had to do that. You know, and it's in every season. Every season, he kicks somebody's ass. But my favorite.
It's that
Look,
kind of
that sodomy in that cell really hurt, but
Yeah,
I knew you were
honestly,
just keeping up our cover.
It's
Next
that kind of logic is what has kept me on the lead.
The Bauer neck snap at next 2, where he runs up a wall and snaps a dude's neck.
Well, he has to, because he's like 5'5", and he's shorter than everybody
He's
else.
got to actually climb the wall to reach his neck.
Okay, so keep it Sutherland is like a really short guy, because that's the way he always comes off to me. Maybe that's why he tortures everybody.
Yeah,
He's like a neck-snapping little leprechaun.
I mean, now it's like on this season you've got Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh,
and I didn't realize how.
Dude,
I'll kill Freddie Prinze Jr.
No, but
that's
even
a deal breaker right off.
even he's bigger. But even he's bigger than Kiefer Sutherland. So it's just.
I'm sorry. Points for the ultimatum joke.
I have to say, I didn't start watching with season 1. I think it was either season 3 or 4. And I came in a few episodes in.
Do you remember? Was it? Did they still have?
It wasn't.
Palmer?
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was President Palmer at the time.
See, the show is good it's great up until the point where they kill the first black president, and then you shouldn't.
They shot him and they killed 2 members allegedly of CTU. That was beginning of season 5.
That's why I wasn't even that excited about Barack Obama, because like whatever, we already had a great black president.
Wait, we had Morgan Freeman too. Danny Glover in 2012.
Yeah.
Like they what's the end of the world?
By the way,
by all means, let's nominate. Let's elect a black president to shepherd the end of the world.
I'm sorry. By the way, I've been wanting. Can we get some box cutters to cut out from the buildup of uterine walls you have around the Leog lair that you live in?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Just your attitude to the first black president.
I still don't understand.
Let's look at uteruses.
I want to
go the show.
I'm lost on the connection between
Look,
being in the womb and the black president.
Those commercials that you're watching, they're not memes. They're commercials.
What?
I don't know what.
Bo has lost it somewhere along the line.
Dude, you are gonna have to serve this on the table with a silver.
I did not force that girl into terminating it. Okay?
Have you seen that Chevy Malibu meme? It's awesome.
Linda Hamilton.
Kat was gonna say something about 24.
Everybody's out of control.
Back to some kind of semblance of conversation here. The only reason I'm not watching this season is that when it premiered, I missed the premiere. I missed the second episode, and it's the kind of thing where you really need to have the full story. I watched, like I said, I think it was season 4 where I picked up. It was the spring of 2005 was when I started watching.
Right.
So if anybody wants to do their math here. I hadn't gotten to the point where I was disillusioned with the story just yet. It's ridiculous, but we all need to suspend disbelief for these sorts of things that we're watching.
Yeah.
Really. And really, it's the continuity issue was why I didn't start watching this season.
Yeah, and
that Tony Alameda have the goatee of doom.
That was
Randy.
That was last. He's got the Billy Goat beard. No, but that was of Doom.
All right.
But wait.
Randy
quickly,
has the hobo thicket.
Well, I was gonna say to wrap up. That was last year where Almeida came back. That was season 8 or season 7 when he came back and he was good, then he was bad, then he was good, and he was bad. See, and that's the thing about why I can understand why people don't get into 24 or it totally jumps off, because there's so many plot twists and just ridiculous storylines that don't go anywhere sometimes. Like, what the fuck is this?
You do understand that we have an entire segment of this podcast dedicated to Lost, don't you?
Okay.
24
Fair enough, Greg. You didn't bring up Archer like I hoped.
No, I will bring up Archer.
24 hours to go.
Sorry. Moving on to
I want to
Randy.
see Chuck Bauer sedated.
God, you're talking about 24. 24, that's like the Dane Cook of spy shows. Come on.
All right, Randy.
It's my turn to bring up a show.
Yes,
my
it is.
turn. Before Harris's turn.
Well,
I will kill
even though it's Harris's birthday, you sat in the seat before his.
Since I'd like to continue to live, I'll bring up Archer.
All right, Archer.
Has anybody seen this show around here? I don't think anybody's watched it, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, maybe it's just me and Randy. Maybe we're the only two.
Yeah, we maybe don't. It's kind of obscure. I don't think anybody here's watched
Randy,
it.
you were so gay you sneezed glitter.
Okay.
That's neither here nor there.
So Randy, for all the people who don't know Jason and haven't seen this show, please tell us what the show is about.
So Archer is if a spy instead of being like CTU was like a workplace comedy, everybody there was dysfunctional, and the spy was the biggest douche on the planet. Is that about right?
That's about covers it.
And you gotta point out though, extremely competent still doing their actual
true.
job. That's kind of a key thing there for that show.
He is a skilled spy, despite.
I mean, the show picks up sort of like where Frisky Dingo left off.
Yeah, one of our questioners actually brought up very well the best metaphor I've heard. If Frisky Dingo is, hey, what if Batman was a real fucking douche?
And actually, it's more like Iron Man.
What if Iron Man is a real fucking douche, which he kind of is? What if James Bond was a real fucking douche, which he kind of is also? But it was funny.
But yeah, and as Randy mentions, it's more like a workplace comedy, so you get all that kind of humor, as well as the spy parody that goes along with it. And
it's like The Office with a lot more bloodshed.
He's a douche, but he knows he's a douche, and he doesn't care.
Let's go back to this. Let's go back to this. If you don't know Jason thing, what?
All right, so yeah, what we discovered over the last couple weekends is like Jason
Archer
is the last one of us to see Archer, where he pretty much is Sterling Archer.
Let's be honest. If you really wanted to take the time out, you could cast the entire Leog as Archer characters.
Yeah.
So you're saying Jason's a douche?
Do it!
All right.
Look, I have one line for you. No, when they're dead call girls, they're dead hookers.
Well, then, Allison, would you be saying that you wanted to be choked a little?
Come on, Allison. Yeah, Allison, just go ahead and say.
She's totally Cheryl.
Allison, go ahead and say. Yeah, probably.
There's that. The last thing you see before you die is the drop of slobber coming down onto your eyeball. That is so hot.
Wah, wah.
Oh, sure, you gave me stir Friday, but what have you been doing for me lately?
Seriously, anybody listening who hasn't seen Archer, you want to turn to FX, like where you would normally watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Archer's in its spot now. Go on Hulu, whatever you got to do, watch the show immediately.
Yeah, and it's a group of people show. It's so much better watching.
You know what? It is. It's like I enjoy watching it by myself, but I enjoy it exponentially more when I get together with you guys and we watch it after one of these shows.
And it's that rare, like, how I can think of maybe 3-4 shows that are like better upon rewatching than they are the first.
PETA, seriously?
And Archer's one of those.
Seriously, PETA? This was supposed to be shrimp cocktail.
Speaking of great groups, awesome fucking voice cast.
Oh yeah.
You got H. John Benjamin, who's
Aisha Tyler,
legendary. Aisha Tyler doing a great, it's like,
Chris
Cornell. Thank God you didn't get stuck on Friends doing something that wouldn't mean anything.
What was Mother's favorite line of mine? Is she said, "Oh, please, if I wanted a grandchild, I would scrape together the remains of all of your escapades and knit a onesie."
And she is played by the woman who played the matriarch
Jessica
on
Walter.
Arrested Development, Jessica Walters.
Also,
and Jeffrey
play
Tambor
Misty
comes
for me.
in.
Jeffrey Tambor comes in. Man, Chris Parnell, who most of you, if you've
fantastic.
been watching 30 Rock, know as
Harris Figgis.
Dr. Specimen. If you've been watching 30 Rock, he plays Dr. Specimen, or Dr. Spaceman, as Tracy Morgan would have it, and he just does a fucking awesome job as Cyril.
And Judy Greer, another Arrested Development Cheryl.
Judy Greer, because
You mean
clearly
Carol?
Allison couldn't make it to the interview, but they had been watching her when they designed the character.
Wait, who plays Pam? She's good too.
Pam is good, but I don't know if there's any ladies of the league that I could throw Pam.
No, I wouldn't do that. Not like, hey, this is difficult when you're trying to pinch a loaf.
Oh, what? Really?
Holy God, where did that turn?
Then you've obviously not seen the what is it, the fuck, marry, kill one?
It's just a really bad picture. It's just a really bad picture. A really bad picture.
Because Cat is not a kill.
No. But seriously,
it is
Kill Harris right about now.
Yeah.
It is the most quotable show that I have seen in ages, and the league is cracking each other the fuck up every time we meet, just by repeating the line.
And it is that show that, while the Venture Brothers is on a break, it has swooped in at a strategic time.
But I have to say, it's no Venture Brothers.
Well, they
I
are
don't
the
know
same
about
show.
that.
I would
have to
agree.
give it a little more time.
I mean, they're different. The Venture Brothers is going to
True.
a completely different type of like
True.
referential type of thing. I mean, this is all about like that weird, like constant dialogue, talking over each other. Well, it's kind of like Leog.
I think it's a more accessible version of what Frisky Dingo was.
Absolutely
that
true.
is what is really like. Frisky Dingo, I loved, and it made me laugh nearly as much, and it was certainly as quotable. But like, if I brought up a Frisky Dingo quote, like half the people, well, let's get real, like. Nearly everybody in the room would be like, "What are you talking about?"
What?
But with the Archer stuff,
is that what the Obama thing was earlier?
Yeah. Exactly. The Archer stuff, like I could tell like my mom to watch this cartoon and she'd think it was
Honestly,
hilarious.
one of the best parts about Archer.
Oh, my mom's
is that
really cool. So
they will mix random jokes in there with pop culture ones. Like in the Zeppelin episode, yeah, sure. You ask a guy for a drink, and he suddenly turns into Judge Archer. About maybe 1/3 at the best will get who the fuck Judge Archer is.
And I am clearly in that 2/3.
What just happened?
I thought Harris would fall over during that sentence.
But
Okay,
to show the spectrum on that joke, the best line so far that you can use on all of your friends, no matter your fucking walk of life, has been on the second episode where they make the button-down accountant, they decide to train him as a field agent, and he asks Archer, he's like, "So, am I going to learn karate?" And he's like, "Karate? The Dane Cook of martial arts?"
That is the masterpiece line.
Yes, and even if you haven't watched the show or won't watch the show, take that joke and have fun with it. You will.
Or people walking up to you and just randomly saying, "Danger zone, danger zone."
Oh,
Yeah,
it
I want to
wasn't
file
random.
an HR complaint. Conway touched me with his penis. Where? Like all of it.
All right, now I would like to say one of the things that really turned me on to the show was just the fact that like Allison was laughing so hard when we were watching this that she was making me laugh more.
It's hilarious.
She's like, "Oh my god!" Like, so doing that whole intake of breath and then go, "Ah!" Like, Jesus, what the fuck?
Okay, seriously.
Where you're horrified for a second.
Surround
and
sound
then
Allison.
You're horrified for a second, and then you realize just how hysterical it is.
Okay, who here is like wanting to like just stop the podcast so we can watch some episodes right now?
Long live the league. Roll 'em.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
And that was our spy episode. Or as we like to call it, our Archer episode.
To me,
I tricked you.
Archer has been a lot like Leog in that I've been kind of drunk every time we've watched it, and I don't really remember it, but I remember it being funny. So now I have to watch it sober so I can see what the show's really about.
Oh, it's cool, honey. We can watch it when we get home. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Wow.
Watching it sober, watching it drunk, same thing.
All right,
Well, as I remember it,
well,
is what I'm saying.
clearly we could talk about Archer all night, but we're not going to because Harris, it's your turn.
Oh, sure.
Come on, birthday boy.
Scotches.
3?
Yeah, Randy.
Bottles? You need
You know
bottles,
what,
3
Harris? I
bottles.
was all about like, hey, let's take Harris out this weekend and get him drunk, but too late. So, Randy, I'm gonna ask you to back Harris up on this. If we're
gonna talk about Burn Notice, then sure. Honestly, Burn Notice is one of the best shows on cable you're gonna find. If nothing else, because Bruce Campbell features in every single episode, and Bruce Campbell is a nerd god.
Is he actually in every episode? I
Yeah,
thought it was
he
just
really
kinda-
is.
regular
No,
character,
he's a regular character. Now, Harris, for the people like Cyrus who don't know this show, give us a rundown of it.
Okay. The main character, Michael Weston, is a spy who got, as they say, burned in a episode of in an incident he did in
episode of
Nigeria.
Night Court. Sorry. I'm sorry, I left out of
Hey, you can't go against that Harry Stone. He's a
Can't
cold
say that
man.
I don't embrace this in full. No, there was an incident in Nigeria where all of a sudden, like, Michael Weston's the main character of the show, his CIA handler suddenly refuses to do anything with him. He gets knocked out. He wakes up in Miami, of all places, being cared for by his girlfriend, Fiona, who's played by Gabriella Anwar.
What a tough life he has.
And not Chris Tucker?
Nigga, you got knocked the fuck out! Come. I got no fire.
A different show, but one I'd watch.
You would do this after 4 bourbons, god damn you. Yeah, he wakes up in Miami. His personal assets have been frozen. He's got no professional contacts left in the business. His best friend is Sam Axe, as played by Bruce Campbell, who's been informing on him to the FBI for years now. You know, his best friend is an IRA agent named Fiona Glendower, who is played by Gabrielle Anwar,
who desperately needs to eat.
Yeah, she's hot, but good lord,
and stay out
give
of
the
the
girl a
sun.
sandwich.
Fucking hell, this woman needs to eat a burger at some point.
And yeah, because the IRA has their pulse on international espionage at this point.
And stop using beef jerky for skin grafts.
Ew. The F. Murray Abraham Institute.
Well, I was just saying F. Mary Kill, but you went F. Murray.
The thing I find fascinating about Burn Notice is that actually one of the main characters, well, not the main characters, but the main consulting producer, his name is Michael Wilson, who conveniently got turned into Michael quote-unquote Weston, was a friend of Warren Ellis, who spoke of Warren Ellis regularly.
Oh, so the series is butt fucking sane?
To put it mildly, it's equal parts like...
Really?
Yeah, really it is. It's the A-Team as done in the 21st century.
Okay. You got me.
Well, with the dash of... I mean, it's very MacGyver. Weston is
No,
full
you
of
see,
spy
you
tips.
he had me and
Okay,
he
I was about to say
lost
like
me.
Harris
He had
totally
me
ready to
with
watch
A-Team
the
and
show,
you pulled the MacGyver
and then
shit.
when you just described it as MacGruber, I'm like, no, maybe
That's because
not.
A-Team's not accurate. There's no B.A. Baracus.
Here, okay, we need the plot device. So he's basically kicked out of the CIA.
Yeah, he's kicked out of the CIA. He's stuck in
and
Miami.
yet he is still, via topic of this podcast, a spy. What
Yes.
gets him back into the game, and how does he achieve
Honestly, up until now, that has been the full focus of the series. Michael Weston has been trying to get himself back into the game, despite the fact that his girlfriend, Fiona Glendower, who is an IRA bomber, has been like, really, you've got a good life here. Why are you trying to get back in? Well, shit, it's all I know. Up until
And maybe I can get you arrested.
Pretty much. Up until season 4, he's like, I want to get back into the IRA, into the CIA. Fuck you. The bourbon has taken full effect.
If I had a nickel for every time I said that.
No, he's trying to get himself reinstated until the 4th season, where he gets arrested, he gets taken to a CIA black site. All of a sudden, like, hey, you're back in. And now the next season should be like, hey, you've gotten everything you want. Now what do you want?
Okay.
Yeah, basically the show is him being a freelance good guy. I mean, he's hired by people to do things like help them. You know, there's a criminal gang is taking over their neighborhood, and he's going to help them kick the criminal gang out. And this kind of, very procedural crime prevention stuff. He's the equalizer.
Yeah.
You're making it sounds like all these bad shows, right? No, but he uses his sort of spy skills to adopt identities and to solve these problems for people. While in the backstory, the arc story is him trying to get back unburned from figure out who burned
Without
him.
a notice.
And yes, without a notice.
Exactly. No, really. The most recent season, spoilers if you haven't watched the 4th season, has been that the burn notice he's had has been they've taken a sociopath, given Michael Weston all of his crimes, credited them all to him, and saying, hey, this guy caused all these problems. Let's get him out of the CIA. Well, that sociopath just got free. Michael Weston has to answer for all of his crimes. Try to get his,
Did you say it was in the 4th season?
Yeah, it really is.
I had no notice of any kind, burn or otherwise.
This is
that
one of
this
the
was even
highest
happening.
rated shows on cable right now.
That's about enough. Okay, it's on the USA Network. I think it's a great show.
Yeah,
it
is.
I mean, honestly, to me, it's a show that I watch during the summer, and I like it. But as soon as fall starts and all my regular Breaking Bad / Lost shows come back up, it gets pushed to the back burner.
In all seriousness, they recognize that, so they do the split season. When the summer starts, that's when the new burn notice starts. When the summer ends, that's when burn notice ends. When the new year starts, when everyone else is in hiatus, again, that's when
well.
burn
The
notice
weird
starts.
thing is like I thought that I told my DVR like, okay, no more burn notice for now, but yet it still records them every week.
When you're a spy and someone stops your show, it's easy to hack into their house and turn on their DVR.
All right, now I'm going to move on to Kat. Kat, did you have a show that you wanted to bring up?
Well, I actually learned something while I was researching this. One of the shows that had been mentioned, what do we want to talk about, was MI5, and I was an avid MI5
Dude,
viewer.
I used to love MI5.
I watched
really?
First 3 seasons. I watched many of the episodes a couple of times. They're very rewatchable. What I was shocked to learn, I bailed at the end of season 3. I knew that there were more episodes coming, and spoiler alerts if anybody hasn't watched MI5 and really wants to, with a clean slate. At the end of season 3, they write out the 3 major characters that we've all become attached to.
That was the same for me. I was really into the show until they so quickly cleaned house and got rid of the main 3 characters.
Our 3 big characters that the thing with MI5 is that it did not have a continuity of plot. There was no plot arc within each season, the way we tend to get with many shows that we all tend to follow these days. It was all character based, which I love.
It was kind of like Law and Order, where like the plots that don't link together, but what was going on with the characters
the relationships that they have to each other and to periphery characters are continuous.
Even though it was very plot driven.
Yes. Each episode individually, they were episodic. You could drop in and out. I bailed after season 3. Apparently, I was watching them on A&E, and this was
Same here.
Around about 2000.
And that was back when A&E had a semblance of still being arts and entertainment.
Yes.
Now A&E, I don't know what the A&E stand for anymore.
I really like Paranormal State.
It stands for James fucking Lipton, my friend.
Perhaps
That's what it stands for.
sometime we can do a show on paranormal reality, which I think would be fantastic. But we're doing spies tonight, and so A&E once upon a time did this sort of thing.
Yeah. You know what? Somebody wrote me and told me that recently it's been they've been rerunning them on PBS. Where they show the new episodes.
I had assumed though when I saw them popping up on like the menu, I had assumed that they were things I had already seen because every time I had tuned in after that, it was like, oh, I've seen this episode, I've seen this episode, I've seen this episode. It turns out that somewhere along the line they rebranded the show Spooks. Even when I was looking for information online and I typed it in as MI5, I mean I was getting like serious information about Military Intelligence 5, the actual intelligence agency, and it turned out that if you go to Wikipedia, which if you're not doing academic research is fantastic, that it's all of the shows, all the way back to season 1, are categorized under Spooks.
Well, from what I understand, in Britain, where the show originates from, it's called Spooks.
Yeah.
But when they brought it over here, they called it MI5.
Negroes.
See, that's probably one of the reasons why they didn't call it that.
Well, that was my point.
Well, now I can tell you my personal connection I have to the show.
MI5 on BBC, first run, I believe they were branded MI5.
Well, now, in 2005, when I discovered the show, I worked for a place called Strategic Forecasting, which was Stratfor, where I was like the graphic designer and I did all the maps, and it was kind of a think tank where you had all these geopolitical analysts who would take news from all over and do analysis to predict what was going to happen in the world with politics and war all over everywhere. And I started watching the show, and from all the things I was hearing, I was like, wow, this show is the most accurate of any of these shows I've ever seen. But there was a time I was riding up in the elevator with some friends, and a guy gets on, and he's like, I'm in here with a bunch of professional spooks. And then he kind of looks over at me, and he's like,
I didn't mean to imply that you were black professionally.
Pardon me while I backpedal.
But yeah, no, that's why I fell in love with the show, because like everything that I was getting through osmosis, all the maps I was having to do for these guys on these sit reps they were doing, I'd watch the show and like, wow, this is right on the money.
You didn't mean to say that you made a living from being black entirely like, say, Eddie Murphy throughout the 80s.
Well, that's what I do on Spill. I wasn't doing Spill at the time. It's still a real deal where I was making no money.
No, but I mean, as far as MI5 goes, I cut my teeth on the BBC. I grew up in a household where we didn't have cable, and therefore PBS.
No, I'm so glad to hear you say what you did, because I thought maybe it was just me who when the original cast got killed off. I I kind of dropped off of it.
See, well, and I thought.
And it changed networks.
It did, and I thought that they had. It did disappear from American television for a while, and I thought that it had just stopped after season 4. It turns out that it is still in production. They've just wrapped.
And I hear it's still pretty good.
8 or 9, and there's another one coming. And I have to say, Richard Armitage. I saw that Richard Armitage has joined the cast, and that kind of piqued my interest. They are available on DVD for those of you who are interested. I wouldn't mind seeing them myself. And one thing actually also that I didn't realize, having grown up watching PBS, which is, was at least in the 80s heavily, BBC stacked, they were at that point, the BBC programming was running around 46 minutes, 47 minutes an episode. The MI5 that we were watching was
cut off.
59-minute episodes.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that we were losing 25% of the content there.
Is that 25%?
I mean, when you think about it, 59 minutes down to 40.
She's a history major, so more or less.
So yeah, I'm ballparking. I'm ballparking.
All right. Well,
there's a difference between
we
history
jump
major
on,
and actually having an advanced degree in this. Thank you, Bo.
Well, I want to read off a question from one of our longtime listeners.
I take your math from you.
Jose Antonio Rivera, who says, over the past decade...
Wait, why are you going to say it like that? I mean...
Jose Antonio
Rivera.
Does this mean
you killed my father? Prepare to die.
Hey, the spook speaks Spanish.
Antonio, oh my God.
Antonio, I want to hear your
Antonio
question.
Rivera, one of our biggest fucking
Yes. He says, hey guys, over the past decade with 24, The Bourne Identity, MI5, a.k.a. Spooks.
Yes.
He knows the real name for it. And even the Bond movies taking a spin into the more reality-based spy stories. Do you feel the genre is evolving, or do you miss the days of gadgets over top villains and over-the-top villains and other accoutrements the spy craze brought us?
This is awesome because it completely segues into what I was gonna say when you asked me what the fuck are you gonna say. I don't follow per se any kind of spy series on TV or comic books or what have you, but I can give you a little meta thing on like what is happening as far as I kind of wasn't joking when I was saying the stuff about let's talk about Captain America's enemies. In the 40s and in the early days of mass media entertainment, spies were bad.
Yeah.
They were evil. They were horrible. They blew up ships in the harbor and they did horrible things, subterfuge and things like that. And it wasn't until we got to the 50s and the Cold War where we got to the point where it was just like, oh, spies can be heroes now because we can't go over and shoot guns at them,
right?
Or launch missiles at them. But
covert is what we have to do.
We have to be covert, and therefore we're heroes. And then you start getting like Nick Fury started out as like Marvel or Atlas's answer to Sergeant Rock,
right?
And then you get then like. In the 60s, he starts evolving into, this is the spy buddy. He's cool. And you get, in the 50s with literature, and then into the 60s in film, you get James Bond as this very romantic action character because you can't do like you can't do Rambo. He's not actually killing the Russians at this point. He's like he's playing chess with them.
And George Smiley was too cerebral to translate the comics.
Exactly. He's like he's cerebral. He takes he drinks sophisticated drinks and and instead of having guns, he has sophisticated gadgets that will help him out in these certain periods.
Well,
and then. We get to the 90s and we start figuring out like, oh wow, there were people in the CIA that were selling us out the whole fucking time, and the Cold War's over, and holy fucking crap. And if you remember when Pierce Brosnan became the new 007, there was a big fucking stir over like, how do we make him? And they very much used the term politically correct.
Right. With GoldenEye, it was like 007, you're a dinosaur.
Because they
all
realized,
but says like we need to update you.
They realize he's a douche, and if you look at and I love them. I love them all. I love them so much. But if you look at the Sean Connery movie, the way he treats fucking women, the way he treats anybody, he's just
it's
like,
Mad Men
I'm British,
syndrome.
the empire is still going on, and the rest of you are niggers, wogs, and women, and I can use them as well as I want to.
And at that time, that was acceptable.
And at the time, that was acceptable.
Borderline acceptable, but
I'm enough
still.
to make an argument for the case of Sean Connery in exactly the context you're talking
Yeah.
about, because he's a fucking spy.
He
He's a
is.
sexy guy
Exactly.
who takes advantage of it, and honestly,
And that's what I'm leading
he'll
to.
kill an innocent person, the innocent chick he's had sex with, before he'll let them get in the way of it.
And that's why Dr. No is the best
That is why
James
it's the
Bond
best
movie, is because he callously kills several people in that. And that's what I'm getting to is, we get to the 90s where the Cold War starts to end, or the Cold War has supposedly ended, and we realize that, wow, we did a lot of tricky fucking shit. We went to Afghanistan and gave all these guys fucking rocket launchers and showed them how to use it, and oh my god, they came and blew up some of our buildings.
Yeah, who knew that would bite us in the
Who
ass?
knew that would bite us in the ass? And all and we did horrible shit all over the world, in the defense of democracy. Some of it good, some of it bad. I'm not playing a judge here, but we start realizing that, like, wow, that icon of the suave guy, coming in and doing it, it's like, oh wow, he was actually kind of a dick. I didn't. It's like, I'm speaking as a 16-year-old girl I am inside. It's like that first boyfriend we have in high school. It's like, oh, he's so masculine and
He's so
cool
dreamy.
and dreamy, and it's okay if he smacks me around every now and then and asks me to deliver heroin to his friends.
But at the
I
same
think
time,
that-
he was a product of his times, and he was what
Exactly.
was needed.
Oh, yeah.
He's
Well,
Jack Nicholson
and-
in a few good
absolutely.
men. It's like, hey,
And that's if you
you
look
want
at-
me here. You
if
might
you-
not like me, but you better be glad
if
I'm
you
here.
look at the spy series we're talking about, it's very much we have gone into how do I make this protagonist approachable, and it's almost always going into the spy who has been left out in the cold.
And I think-
the guy who's trying to either get back in the system or get out of the
well,
system. But all of them kind of run this idea that the system is very corrupt, and that's why. Getting back to our main point, that Archer is really cool because he's a douchebag that we can laugh at, and we're just like, wow, I don't have to have any sympathies with this guy. Yeah, he's really good at his job, but he's a dick.
You see how he brought that full octagon?
Yeah, okay. I thought that would not happen.
And by the way, you are welcome to touch my nipples.
I think we
anytime
just
during
had
this
like
time.
the history of spies explained. It's like watching the evolution of dance video.
Here's a layer. But the thing is, the question that was initially asked was the issue of
Do
the
we like the
gadget
more
business.
fantastic spies or the realistic spies?
Actually, I thought it was how
Exactly.
old are you, Bo? And it got to that
16-year-old girl,
somehow.
apparently.
Well, how old is Edward?
To add, I don't disagree with what Bo has been saying. He's right as far as the characterization goes. I think the second layer that we have to think about here, and what our listener asked was about that, the quote unquote gadget spy. And I think that in 1962, the idea of all of these gadgets that he has, the quote unquote shoe phone, and all the stuff that Q comes up with for Bond, is really fucking amazing. Because
Because
my
it's
God,
not
with
a
all this
gun.
stuff.
It's not a
But
gun.
but the thing is, these days we all have iPhones in our pockets.
Yeah,
technology
well,
doesn't allow us anymore.
Yeah, every one of
And
us
so,
have in our pocket
Well,
computers
yeah, but you
way
can
more
say the
powerful
same.
than
You
they
can say
had
the
in
same thing
60s.
about Star Trek: The Original Series.
No, but
All right, wait.
We all
If you
now
guys,
carry
could hold on
communicators
one
and
second.
track
Wait, let me-
Greg has politely been trying to get
Wait,
in
wait,
here
wait.
for the last 10 minutes.
There's three things I wanted to say. One of them, that's getting back to 24.
See what you
got.
did?
You got to remember when.
See what you did?
You got to remember when 24 came out. You got to put it into
Yes.
context.
Yes.
Which kind of wraps all this stuff up. In the context of 24, it came out right after 9/11.
Yeah.
And
I
Jack,
thought it was like 7 days ago. technically.
yeah, that was actually pretty good. Cyrus, you've been on all night with the jokes, man. You've been on. I gotta say that.
No, 9/11 totally brought. I agree with Greg.
Right,
It
but
brought it around to a point where we actually
but
have a tactile villain that spies
No,
can act
but the
against
thing, but
for
the,
the
but,
first time.
but
in a long
then,
time.
but the spies, Jack Bauer is. I mean, the government had a symposium on Jack Bauer tactics.
Yeah.
If you remember back in right before the war.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Which says a lot.
Which
about
says
our
a lot about wait a second, this is fucking TV. Guys don't really do this stuff, do they? And then
Yeah.
but also getting to I think the thing with technology now. I mean, there's technology now where you like when you watch like the Bourne Identity or any of this
What
stuff.
was point 2?
It's just different. This is point 2. This is the difference with it. It's not so much wow, but it kind of still is wow because of just how pinpoint how we can kill people.
Well, it
without
is
being
because
in the room
I mean,
and blowing,
compared to
yeah.
the technology we have now, the Cold War,
There's
the
still
technology
wow to
they
it.
had in the Cold War is pretty much comparable to like the stuff they
It's
had.
an
in
Alfie.
It's the stuff they had in the Victorian age.
Yeah,
compared to what we have.
So there's still a wow to it though.
Yeah, there is a wow to it.
I'm a wow to some of that stuff.
No, I watch 007 stuff primarily for gadgets. That is
And
why
that's
I
the
watch
thing.
it.
And
Well,
we don't
allow me
watch
to
24
retort.
I was going to ask you what
we don't watch 24 for the gadgets. We watch 24
you must
for Jack
allow
Bauer.
Jason to
But I-
fucking
Allow
All
me
right.
to retort.
Yes.
Here's
Okay.
the thing.
I like to move on to Jason.
Okay, the gadgets.
Okay, go
The
ahead.
gadgets versus
Which are
realism.
awesome.
Gadgets were killed for me when Pierce Brosnan's driving around a castle made of ice in an invisible fucking
God
car.
damn it! I knew you guys would jump on the invisible
Damn.
car.
I know, but you know what? I got to make an exception to that just for that one movie, that one Bond movie, because that movie was nothing but a tribute to all the films.
It totally
that come before.
was.
And that was all it was ever intended to be.
Really?
They knew
I'd
it
go
was-
back and just watch those
No.
original
They
films.
knew it was the knew it was the end of the Broccoli era, and they were like, let's make a film that's almost a send up.
But see,
Nothing
like
wrong
I mean,
with the
seriously,
gadgets at all.
those first two films of that era were spy films, and it wasn't until like the third film that they really started getting into the gadgetry.
This is what the James Bond movies and spy movies should be about. Not gadgets or whatever. It's a guy drinking, nailing broads, and killing
kicking
people.
ass.
You know, and the thing is, we don't watch 24 for gadgets. I mean, we don't even suspend disbelief.
Yeah,
for
but
gadgets.
we don't watch
but not all
24
of
at
us
all.
24.
Yeah, some of us
but
don't
wait.
even watch 24.
No, but if you think about 24, if you think about
I don't want to.
I don't think
Anyway.
about 24.
We're thinking about
Well,
it right
I think
now.
about Jason has to
actually
say.
no,
Hey,
but
hey,
actually
oh,
wait,
oh.
I wanted to
You
ask
guys,
Bo-
yeah, whoa.
I just
I'm
wanted-
sorry.
I
No,
wanted to
Greg,
ask Bo
I
first.
got to cut you off because we already talked about 24.
No, I'm not talking about 24.
Can I bring it back to a meta
No,
concept?
no,
No, I got to
gonna
bring it
ask-
to Jason because he hasn't brought up his
timing
Okay.
wise, timing.
Yeah,
All
time.
right.
We got time. You're the one who's got to get out of here.
I know. I got another half an hour.
Yeah, you know
It's
what?
okay.
You know what? I respect what you have to say, but Matt Helm is the best spy. film
Thank
ever.
you. Thank you. We're going to talk about
All I
gadgets.
was gonna ask Bo.
God damn it, dude,
was about
no.
the new James Bonds. I'm sorry.
Stop it.
Fuck the new James Bonds. I have 3 words for you, my friend Jason Murphy. And those words are in like Flint.
Where's my money?
Well,
In like
No.
Flint,
Okay, look.
baby.
I got to say,
like Flint is on the docket.
as far as
Yeah.
like the comedy spy, somewhat comedy spy movies go between In Like Flint, or the Flint movies and Matt Helm, I got to go with Matt Helm because I think not like
I think Matt Helm is funny, but I think In Like Flint is more deconstructionist, and
Yeah.
in that way, it's funnier to me.
I will go with
Okay.
I think the first Flint movie is infinitely
Hilarious.
better than the second.
Have you seen
Yeah.
The President's Analyst with James
No,
Cameron?
I haven't.
fuck
I haven't.
yeah.
Which is often considered the third Flint movie
Really? Is it
by
really?
some people. I mean, he's not playing Flint; he's playing a totally different role, but it's kind of that same universe.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
not James
they were
Caan,
playing
it's,
to that audience. It was James
Okay,
Coburn.
so Matt Helm,
Thank you, Matt Helm.
Dean Martin.
Yes.
Dean Martin being the ultimate.
Which are
dude.
the coolest spy movies.
Okay,
no
yes.
question about
There
it.
are 4 of them: the ambushers, the wreckers,
Is it 4 or
the
there's only 3?
silencers. No, there are 4.
Because if there's 4, because I remember, I really like, I guess 3 of the 4.
Well, Leon, you're getting old. You may have seen like. all
There's
4.
I always remember there was one of the Matt Helm movies that I thought, this one's not that good.
Oh yeah, they're not quote unquote good movies, but they are campy and
They're campy
fun.
and fun, and even though I know he didn't, I would almost think that Russ Myers directed those movies.
Look,
because, man,
look,
the
saying the Matt
girls in
Helm,
those movies, holy shit.
Oh my god.
saying the Matt Helm movies aren't good is like putting Frank Sinatra up against Luciano Pavarotti. Is Luciano Pavarotti a better singer?
different
Yeah,
things.
he fucking is. Is he cooler? No, he is fucking not.
or
Yeah.
Evil Dead 2 versus The Exorcist.
Thank
Well,
you.
maybe The Exorcist too.
Well, that's the thing is that it's so much fun, and yes, it is packed with gorgeous retro chicks.
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
One of my favorite scenes is in the first Matt Helm movie, which I think was the Wreckers, I'm not sure. But Dino's driving down the road with some blonde bombshell, and he's listening to the radio, and Sinatra comes on. And Dean Martin gets this disgusted look on his face, and he's like, oh, that guy's terrible. And then changes the station. And it's full of musical numbers and stupid gadgets and swinging sets and clothes. And it's just, God, it's so much fun, and it's so colorful.
Well, here's the thing about the Matt Helm movie. If the Matt Helm movies were made between 1960 and 1965, they would completely be like canon spy films. But the fact that they were filmed in the late 60s, they're total camp.
Right.
But you could completely interchange them. I mean, if you put like most of the Bond movies and said, "Oh, this was made in 1969," people would be like, "Oh, well, this is camp, right?" It's like, no, it's not. This is a serious movie.
Who cares?
I mean, if people know the distinction between,
Who
those
cares if it's camp? It's fucking awesome.
Okay, yeah, Matt Helm.
Susan Sontag cares. That's who cares.
Matt Helm is Harris. Put the fucking mic down.
Susan Sontag can suck my dick, alright? They're fucking awesome.
Yes.
Is there a line?
Oh, thank God.
Matt Helm it's all classy, swinging fun, and it's Austin Powers for people who have a functioning brain.
It's what, you know what? To me, that was always the problem with Austin Powers movies. Is like, wow, you're completely redundant because you're trying to be a parody of a genre that was parodied back a few years after
many times.
Yes, after it came
Before
out.
there even were James Bond movies, there was a parody of James Bond movies.
Exactly.
Okay, let's not talk about Austin Powers.
But you know what? I want to
Let's
say
move
this
on.
about Matt Helm is like, all right, so the books where they were from are nothing like the movies.
No,
they were actually dark, serious things. And right now, there's this big push and auctioning going on of the original Matt Helm books to turn it into a dark, Bourne-like series.
Man, you know that the guy who wrote those Matt Helm books had to be pissed when those movies came out.
It's serious to the point that Spielberg is like heading the charge. Like, I want to make like the first 3 movies in a Matt Helm series.
Oh, see, no. The whole thing about Matt Helm is you watch it and you get ideas about how to decorate your retro bachelor pad because I want a circular bed that at 8 o'clock in the morning will dump me out into a hot tub filled with Mr. Bubbles.
Although surprisingly enough,
wouldn't yours be a hot tub full of gin?
Jason is completely right, and yet I disagree with him. Because the important fucking things about the Matt Helm movies, fucking Dean Martin plays Matt Helm.
Yes.
That's all you need.
So you're
It's
more
fucking
of a,
Dino.
You're more of a Mr. Bungle than a Mr. Bond. Then that's what you're saying here. The point is, for the fans who like Spies for the more dark, serious side, than the Matt Helm's source material. There's like 25, 26 books more.
Are there really?
More than there ever were from
yeah.
Ian Fleming from James Bond.
Wow.
And at a contemporary time as well. You know.
It is worth mentioning.
People blow off.
It was the inspiration for Weapon X11.
Cue the crickets.
I don't know what that means.
Okay,
What is Weapon X11?
I don't know what it means,
ever
but I
followed
know
Matt-
it
Grant
involves
Morrison
a damn
understands exactly what I mean. God damn it.
Phantomos. That's yes.
thank you.
That's what I got. No, and that's
Actually,
Danger
no.
Diabolic.
No, yeah.
It's not Secret Agent.
Is a
crime.
He's a almost like French mythology of being a super thief.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Secret Agents. Fucking Harris, don't touch the microphone again. God damn it.
On that note, though,
Harris, happy birthday, and don't touch the mic again. I got a question. Wait, whoa. Let me throw in a question real quick. It's from, hey, it's Melvin.
Hey, Melvin.
Hey, it's Melvin. Here's what he's doing. He's grabbing the mic again. Somebody fucking trank him.
If anybody wants to know what that weird noise
Allison,
is,
use your feminine wiles over there. All right.
That is Jason's impotent hatred.
Where's my ketamine pen?
Mine aren't working.
Hey, it's Melvin.
I've been smacking him all.
Oh! Hey, it's Melvin says, Danger Zone, baby. And he says, what is the league's favorite spy comedy or parody movie? And for him, he says, for him, it's In Like Flint
In
or
Like Flint.
Undercover Brother.
Our man Flint.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I forgot about Undercover Brother.
hell
but
yeah.
It's more of a blaxploitation parody than a spy
It's
movie
sort
parody.
of both,
but
but-
it kind of does both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, the original Casino Royale, where they had Woody Allen as one of the James Bonds.
I saw it as a
James
kid,
Bond
it freaked
even.
me out.
I don't know. I mean, I think the Flint films are still the ultimate in
Thank you.
the parody.
Thank
I mean,
you.
there are only two of them, and they're brilliant. And James Coburn, come on, is he not like one of the top 5 coolest guys ever?
And he
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
that's the whole thing about the Flint movies, is it's how cool can it be? Oh, 11.
Well, hey,
That's how cool it can
he
be.
was the
Oh,
inspiration for
11.
Race Bannon. Hello.
Yeah. No. I would have to say. I mean, is there another? I don't know. Is he talking about live action only? Because Archer is my current favorite. But
How about
that's
Spies
animated,
Like Us?
You know,
That's an
Spies Like Us
enjoyable
isn't even really
film.
a send up as much as it is a
Just silly.
sad last minute attempt by Chevy Chase
Yeah,
to have some.
but it's
sort of-
actually a
terrible Paul
a
McCartney
better
song.
presentation of the real spy business than any 007 film.
That's true. That's
Well,
probably true.
let
Okay,
me
but-
let me roll this into a second question.
Doctor?
From our good friend Zeke Slider, who we love.
Hey, Zeke Slider.
And he always gets answered. And he always won.
And good old Zeke says, I haven't seen many spy or secret agent shows or movies.
So why are we reading his question?
Well, no. Let me finish.
Dip a toe.
But as an, he says like, so what are like the bad spy movies that we should avoid at all costs, and not so bad that they're good, but just the ones that we should never recommend to people.
Pierce Brosnan between the first 2
Thank
films and the last one.
And I say,
all of the Timothy Daltons.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stay away from.
oh, I thought his first one was just kind of
I'm sorry.
I don't care how sorry you are, you're still wrong.
The Timothy Dalton Bonds are actually much closer to the Ian Fleming Bonds, like the Ian Fleming literature Bonds, than have ever been rendered in fiction.
Wow, Harris, you're drunker than I thought.
Yes, you are.
They
Because
suck.
I'm sorry, because that first one. What was the first one he did? It wasn't.
All I know.
The Living
It's
Daylights.
The Living
Okay,
Daylights.
like if you watch the Living Daylights movie, it is very accurate up until the first 15 minutes, and that's pretty much the end.
You hear that?
The end of that, where it's even vaguely tolerable. At that
No,
point.
but that's the end of the
But-
Ian Fleming part,
Okay,
and then
but-
everything after that is what they made.
Well,
up.
what he's
Actually,
talking
to
about-
be true, you're gonna get a better idea of what spying is by watching the Bourne Identity than anything fucking
And those are
else.
actually decent films.
Yeah, all the Bourne films are great.
Oh, the
I mean,
Paul
they get-
Greengrass
love
directed
them.
Bourne films are awesome.
It's
Yeah, they're fucking
it's
great.
the rarest in the World Series. It gets better as it goes
Yeah.
along. Because the third film is by far the best of the 3.
Yeah.
Who
But
was the blonde chick? Somebody Darby?
Oh,
Wait, you mean Olivia
I almost
Jabo?
forgot.
Olivia.
If you want, here is a great spy flick. You will love it. It will actually help you get into the panties of whoever the female companion of your choice.
Listening.
La Femme Nikita.
Oh yeah,
that's
Awesome.
a great one.
Yes,
Bad
the
fucking
original for sure.
ass.
Yeah, not that terrible.
Stay
remake.
away from that one. The Jane
don't
Fonda,
watch Point of No Return.
Bridget Fonda movie. Yes.
I love Bridget Fonda. What La Femme Nikita, Jean-Pierre Jeunet,
Thank you.
fucking awesome.
Now a movie.
Honestly, a Luc Besson film will
Oh,
lead you
Luc
much
Besson,
farther.
The spy movies that I probably hate the most, and it's going to sound like, oh well, duh, of course, is the Spy Kids movies, because just in the way
It
it.
doesn't even count.
I mean, but it's not simply just in the way it like totally like perverts the whole thing of being spies. But then you had like Agent Cody Banks come out. The first Agent Cody Banks is actually a decent movie. I mean, it sounds like what, but they kind of got it. Whereas Spy Kids is just like, dude, you're not even trying.
You know,
and I hate you.
No, I get that. I don't even think those are worthy of consideration. I mean, really, it's like, are we going to even analyze those in the genre of, like, so many great movies out there? What we haven't talked about is the fact that the British have always been in charge of this genre when it comes down to it, as far as movies go. And there's, like, another character, Harry Palmer, we haven't even talked about.
So, okay, now see, when it got around to my pick, that's what I was going to pick. was
Okay,
Harry
well, I'll
Palmer
leave it alone
movies.
then. All right, we'll wait till we get back to you.
Well,
Sorry.
Kristen, did you
Actually,
have
before we get into this, if you really want your number
Sorry,
one,
Kristen, I wanted to let you talk, but your boyfriend stepped over
exactly.
me.
No, I want to say
own anything.
it's the number one. If you want to know what actual spying is really about, watch The Conversation with Gene Hackman.
Or come to Bo's house this Saturday night at midnight.
And I will rape you.
Stand under the elm tree.
Can I just say something to Kristen real quick?
Go for it.
You're skating the edge.
I am the edge.
Thank you very much. This is the ultimate spy right there.
If only you guys could be here to see them making out.
It's glorious.
Because the ultimate spy is
Aeon Flux.
Thank you very much, Monacan agent.
Fair enough.
That's a point. I wonder that whole crossing line between sci-fi spy conversation.
She's a spy. She's a Monacan agent. Period.
No, you're
That's
right.
true.
You're right.
That's true. If agent is in her title, she counts.
Yeah. She's a spy for Monica, spying on
So real estate agent.
Brina.
No.
Brina.
Let it go, Greg. Just let it go.
I don't even know.
You know what? You know what? I'll give him that one because that's totally like something I would have said.
I didn't hear what he said.
So you guys so like Charlize Theron in that
Now
movie.
shut that. There's no such fucking thing.
A movie to
Didn't
avoid.
happen.
Best movie ever.
Fucking happen.
I kind of liked it.
Didn't happen.
It didn't fucking happen. That is not fucking Trevor Goodchild.
I'm sure that if you had never been influenced by the original Aeon Flux cartoons, that movie was probably entertaining.
No.
I'm glad for
seriously,
you.
I saw it on HBO.
Nothing.
The most forgiving.
I'm sorry, if you ever
arena
watch an
ever.
episode of Liquid Television, no, that movie does not fucking count.
No, it had nothing to do with
So what you're saying is you're incapable of separating yourself from the source material?
I'm incapable.
They got it so fucking wrong.
They got it wrong.
Way wrong.
Wow.
But she's the
Sorry,
ultimate
she played a
agent.
great Leon.
And the glory of that show.
In that particular incident, this is starting to freak me out, dude.
That was fucking funny.
All right.
I'm gonna go on the internet and start make some fights get bigger.
Hey man.
So what
I
I
love
remember.
Bowie and I love putting out the fire with gasoline. So, Cyrus, here you are. Now, what do you want to
Wait,
bring?
I didn't get to talk about
Kristen
anything.
didn't get her
What the
thing.
fuck is this shit?
I thought it was Aeon.
Don't. She's sitting next to me, so please don't upset her.
I have no desire to upset Kristen because
Okay,
I
good.
love her.
Well, I've been sitting here patiently getting interrupted by my own boyfriend.
Oh my God, you
Get my
could.
damn-
That's true.
But luckily he's out of the room, so quickly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
while he's not here.
Cyrus mentioned
Well,
that.
actually, if you want to talk about
Harris, you're fucking cut off, you bitch! Get out of the room! Anyway, Cyrus mentioned this when we were gearing up for this show, and it's a graphic novel called The Middleman, which recently got picked up by, I believe, ABC as a TV show. Haven't seen this show, don't know about
It's
it.
already canceled.
Okay,
Yeah, I was gonna say
I don't know.
I've heard bad things about
I
it.
don't
was
know
fast.
anything about the show. But the reason why I wanted to mention the graphic novel is because the artist on it was not only a classmate of mine, but happened to be Nate's roommate.
No kidding.
Yeah, Les McLean, who... Negative Nate. This guy lived
Heart
with
you,
Nate.
Negative Nate.
Les was
You're in
Les
danger,
was
Negative Nate.
a professional while he was a student. I mean, this guy was so incredibly talented, and he got a deal with slave labor right while he, I think he was still in
slave labor.
school.
They should do Dr. Radium. I love that comic.
Slave labor graphics, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. The eruption just went on because
I don't need my
Corey
turn,
and
that's
Uncle
cool.
Stable just walked in. No, Kristen, please keep
Check
keep
the
going.
recording.
Kristen can't
Make
get a
sure
break
it's
tonight.
saved.
Listen, I want to hear the rest of what Kristen has to say.
Why? So why?
So what were you saying about Middleman, Kristen?
Okay, Kristen, please.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm serious. Everybody, quiet. Kristen, please.
Les was a professional, like I said. His art's really, really awesome. I picked up the comic at Two Staples back, and ironically, I got some kind of bizarre misprinted graphic novel where they like inserted 15 pages again. So I was reading, and I'm like, I've already read out. The art's really good. The premise of it is that the main character is this girl, and she's like an art student, and then she gets picked up by this secret agency, and she is kind of like the sidekick to the guy who is the middleman. It was really, really interesting. I think you should give it a read. And I also just thought it was incredible for, Les to get his, thing picked up by a TV network, regardless of whether it was successful or not.
Yeah.
Hell, if I saw my, something I drew on TV, I'd feel great.
I mean, more than likely, he got paid very well for the option of it, and he might not have seen any royalties anyway. But he,
Probably. I mean, he wasn't the writer; he was just the artist, so I don't
Right.
know where that falls.
I saw the first episode. That's all I've seen so far.
I watched a few episodes and it was well regarded. It was just kind of under everybody's radar.
See, I couldn't figure that out because everyone kept telling me how good it was. I watched the first episode just recently, like 2 days ago, and went, okay, this is like really dumb.
It's sort of goofy. It's essentially Men in Black, but instead of aliens, it's spies, super
And
spy
except
type
for
stuff.
being funny, it's not.
Yeah, it gets. Fair enough. All right, it gets better. I'll say that, but it is good. I mean, it's undeniably goofy, and if that's not your thing, it's not your thing. Yeah.
It gets better in as much as it had nowhere else to go.
You really do have to love the genre to understand where it was going.
Okay.
The comic
but the comic
itself-
sounds cool. I'll check
comic
that
itself
out.
I've heard
has-
nothing but raves about the comic.
Yeah, it was just a good mixture of being interesting and funny and lighthearted and.
I mean, I finally got around to watching an episode of Human Target, which is not a bad show. It's just like the comic I really loved, and the show I think is okay. I mean, yeah, the TV show I think it's all right. If I didn't have so many great shows I'm watching, I would watch it regularly.
You know, comics to TV to movies is always.
It doesn't
a
always work.
crapshoot.
As a matter of fact,
Always
most
a
of the time it
crapshoot.
doesn't. Yeah.
Can I just say I think it's an evolution over what it had done before, and it's a much better progression of what it could go to in the future.
I'm sorry. And what are you speaking of? What would that be, Mr. Corey?
What would that be? Who made you the head nigga in charge? You gotta question me.
I did. That was me.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah, it literally was Cyrus who did that.
I'm sorry. Who was this fool up here? I thought it was you. You see what happened? You let black people in charge, man. They sit up here. And what do you think that is? He just can't trust my answer, you know? I'm sorry.
The craft services table has more chicken, is all I can tell you. And I'm very happy about that.
So now that Corey's used nigger, does that mean you get to ban him from the site?
No. No. I didn't use that. I didn't use it like you. I don't put that R at the end. You know what I mean? That's some down home southern white bread racist shit you just did.
Is it
right
okay
there.
with a nigga and an apostrophe? Is that what the
And
cutoff
see,
was?
and I like what you did. You added a triple A and H at the end. You know what I'm saying?
And what that does is that delays you getting your ass kicked another 5 minutes.
It does.
What y'all talking about?
He just had his memento moment. Yeah. He flashed to like, where am I?
Can I bring this back to meta themes of context?
Did I write this on my arm?
What y'all talking about?
Now we're talking about spies, whether it be
Spies.
movies, TV shows, or comics.
Oh, you talking about spies in general?
Yeah.
Spies, we slow hands.
Is that why y'all playing James Bond in the back?
Yeah, exactly. That's why we got that going.
Yeah.
Now, Cyrus, it's your turn.
Well, I was just going to go straight into comics, but I'll start with the segue you gave me, the Human Target. I really liked the television show Human Target, and I didn't expect to, honestly, because I was hearing a lot of, well, it doesn't really connect with the comic book.
That's fine.
I wasn't really familiar with the comic book before I saw the show, but honestly, it's what, Mark Strong? Is that his name?
No.
Mark Valley.
Yeah.
Who plays the lead role in it. It's got Chi McBride, who's playing the exact same role he did on Pushing Daisies. The disapproving, like, oh, this is the way we're going to run this. You guys don't reach on the bureaucrat type of guy. And then it's got, what's his name from
Jackie Earle Haley.
Jackie Earle Haley.
Yeah, Kelly from the Bad News
playing
Bears.
the most interesting character in this whole thing, playing a guy who, like,
he's like the fixer cleaner
that Mark
guy.
Valley keeps going, no, we can trust him. And there's clearly a relationship, something that happened in the past between these two guys to make this where, like, they are loyal as shit to each other. But it's clear that everyone else knows that this guy is a monster. Like, he's an animal. Like, you don't fuck with him, he will torture you to death type of guy.
Exactly.
And why does he trust him? It all comes down to the show regularly to the thing that Mark Valley, his character, has inspired this other guy to be like, you know what, you don't have to be this guy that you are now.
See, Corey, I keep telling you that. You don't have to be that monster. You don't have to be that guy that everybody's afraid will throw a chair at him.
I thought I was that guy.
For those of you who can't see, he was pointing at Corey.
Well, he did use
He
my
did
name.
say Corey.
He did say Corey.
Is it you?
For those of you who
Baby, I'm the
can't
one that's
hear.
drinking.
No, Cat, calm down.
It was you.
Calm down, Cat, because we know how you can get.
Now,
Put the chair down.
I can tell that we're about to come to the end of this, and the sad thing is,
I'm not
haven't even
done.
hit the Venture
I've been
Brothers
reading
yet.
comics all goddamn week. You better not.
Can I ask you something? Why'd you let Fungus Monkey out? He's supposed to be at home working.
you weren't supposed to be here to see that.
Yeah.
He's supposed to keep sending you text messages. Yeah, Corey, I'm getting it animated. Don't worry. I'm shaking the tree, boss. I'm shaking the tree.
Right now he's around the corner.
While y'all talking about spies, he didn't expect me to come up here spying on his ass right now.
Right now he's around the corner in the bkyard texting, going, "No, I'm at home, dude."
That's not me.
You're here yet.
No, but I went and I went from Human Target, a show I really enjoyed, and it's very drastically different from the comic book. It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, you shouldn't judge one based on the other.
No, I don't. You know what? I watched an episode today, and it's so different that there was no part of me that went like, that's not like the comic. I'm like, yeah, it's not like the comic. It's its own thing.
You're being just silly if you're
and
trying
I'm cool
to
with
compare
that.
it.
Yeah.
And they're not going to. It'd be great if it brings in influences
But
from
whatever.
that universe, and if it doesn't, I won't care either.
Honestly, it's
Yeah.
so fundamentally different that I can't even connect the two.
But
Yeah,
is that show still going strong? Then?
Yeah, it's on
it was
episode
on
8,
tonight,
I believe.
actually, yes.
8 or 9.
Yeah, it's on 8.
And it
8
got
or 9.
renewed for a second season, is
Yeah.
the rumors I'm hearing.
Oh, okay.
It
I
really
hadn't heard
is.
much about it. Since.
It's a clever show. The action sequences, like Cyrus and I were talking about earlier, for just an hour TV show, are really good. That's what sucked me in.
They really are great.
Even before I knew it was a comic, I'm like, God, like there's the one episode where they're fighting in the train, and it's just like, I mean, it looks like a Bourne Identity.
Well, the
fight scene.
production value in general is much better than you'd expect it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, just all throughout it, and it's like kind of science fiction in a way. I mean, like the first episode has this whole train thing,
Yeah,
like a
that's
runaway
just-
train
yeah.
thing. That's like, wow, this
Like
is like the
Soul
big
Asylum.
future science fiction train
Yeah.
giant thing, and you're like,
Right.
okay, it's totally convincing as you're watching this whole episode. It's a damn good show, I thought, and it keeps up that going, and it brings in new elements as it goes along. Plus, for you fans of in general genre television, pretty much every single episode has somebody who's a famous person from another very popular sci-fi TV series. I mean, there's people from Battlestar Galactica, there's people from Firefly, there's people from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Wow.
Every single episode has somebody as a main character.
Wonder
who's
what they're gonna
from
pull
one
off
of
for
these other
Sweep Sweep
shows.
then.
I don't have a joke for that. I feel
Roger
like,
Moore,
Is there a show
obviously.
about sweeping? I don't know.
Well, you know, a lot of people ask us about spy comics, like our favorite spy comics. And I was making a list, you know, Human Target. And actually, you know what? The thing was, as I went back and started rereading my Human Target comics, I realized, like, he doesn't actually count as a spy. He's actually more of an investigator.
I don't know. He counts as a spy.
No, he doesn't.
Did you read the Peter Milligan stuff?
I read the Peter Milligan stuff. I watched the TV show. He doesn't work for an agency. He works for himself.
See, you're getting a little too specific.
No, but
with what
wait
you
a
But
second.
that was my criteria. When people ask, like, hey, who counts? Are we doing private eyes? Like, no. If they're an investigator, they don't count. An agent counts, and he's not an agent.
But
if
wait,
you're using gadgets, I think they count.
I know.
wait,
Hey,
are you
no, that does not count.
No, there was a TV show with Rick Springfield of
Right.
Human
oh
Target.
my
Yes,
God,
there was.
yes, it was.
That was
Who
totally
wishes he had Chessie's girl?
It was totally
Oh.
yes. It was totally a private detective show. But the comic book and the series, I feel like totally
No, they aren't.
spy.
Sorry, trust me. I dug into this.
Private detectives do not have mid-air like fights in parachutes and stuff.
He gets hired as sort of like a quasi bodyguard / detective.
Yeah, no.
To protect people.
Yeah.
He's not a spy.
He does not work for an agency, therefore he is not.
So this isn't really spy
I
material.
agree with your I don't think I agree with your categorization.
Okay,
Well,
okay,
well,
okay.
okay,
This is-
whoa,
this-
whoa,
this-
whoa,
These are
whoa.
parameters I set
How-
before we started.
How is he a secret agent? How?
Because Wikipedia said spy comics, Human Target.
Wikipedia knows
Well, by God,
everything.
yeah. Wikipedia.
Actually, at this point, Wikipedia does know everything.
From what little I've read of Milligan's Human Target, it totally qualifies.
No, it doesn't.
I am actually old enough.
Well, I've read quite a few of them, and no, he's either private or he's listed as a bodyguard / investigator. And what he does is, okay, you let him know, like, hey, I got a problem. I think somebody's trying to kill me. He comes into your life to hang close. To the point, like, in the TV show, it's like he hangs close, he inserts himself in their
And
lives.
that's not what the comic book
But in the
was.
comic book, he becomes that person. He's a master
Yes,
disguise.
yes.
He becomes that person to be
he's like
that
the unknown
target
soldier.
that the assassin will come after.
So if you
So he
have a
can shut
problem,
them
yo,
down.
he'll solve it. Check out his beat while the DJ revolves it.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes, Harris.
He's an offshoot of the Equalizer in a way.
Now, I am old enough to have read the original Christopher Chance Human Target series in Brave and Bold, and he doesn't work for anybody.
Actually, the
And
original was in Action Comics.
Yeah, Action Comics. It was Brave and the Bold after.
Yeah, it moved into Brave and the Bold
It did.
after it. Okay, so not the original, but the same characters, same writers. I'm just saying, like, to be a secret agent, by virtue of the word agent, you're working for an agency, and so I'm not.
I think you're getting a little overly semantic.
I'm not sure if you guys
okay.
actually
no,
got.
I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, if you're using all the gadgets, if you're behaving exactly like a secret agent, if you're hitting all the tropes, but you're working for yourself,
I think it is. I think. Well, I think it is an important thing to say that spies, by virtue of what they are working for a government agency.
Would you say that Dollhouse qualified in some degree as a spy then? Because at points she was
to some degree, and the idea that a corporation can be thought of as a entity that is an agency, yeah.
I think that's a
my main
area.
thing, what I'm basically saying is that one of the things that spies have to deal with is like, I want to do this, my morality tells me to do this, but I'm working for the CIA or the FBI or the KGB
I think it has
or
to
what.
do
what
with
have you.
more with the way you have the way you're choosing to tell your story and the tropes you use.
Well,
whether
and
or not you stick to a
if that's true,
specific
then why
semantic
isn't Batman a secret agent?
He's
got
you.
I'm nailing you
I've been with him the
along.
whole time.
No, I know you're the Batman.
Honestly,
guy.
because Suicide Squad's got a ball of check.
Yeah.
Oh shit, better check
Well,
your
because
neck.
the trope of him wearing a mask and
Stop it.
wearing an outfit
Stop it.
overwhelms everything
Stop
else.
it. You're pulling an MDS right now.
If you want to make the
Yeah,
argument,
MDS, right.
if you want to make the argument that something like Dollhouse is going to stand up under that spy scrutiny, you still have the agents, quote unquote, or the operatives working for an overall structure, an agency that exists.
Okay,
Batman
Dollhouse
works
doesn't
for
count
no one.
because
No, I'm not saying that it does,
yeah, but
it was brought up and it was like,
Hey,
okay,
you guys.
And I'm listening.
I know the two of you can go on all night about this, and I will allow you to do that after these mics are off.
Can I tell you something? Shit, Batman's just fucking cool. You know what I mean?
That is true.
Batman is
there.
Would you say he is a secret agent?
Which does not solve the argument one way or the other.
No.
Batman is cool. Would you say he's a secret agent?
Batman is not a secret agent because Batman ain't an agent for nobody. Batman is a detective.
Corey fucking said it. He rolls the sight. What the fuck?
All right,
I'm
now,
done.
But he is a spy.
As we do our
because
round robin,
he
it would come back to
spies on
me,
people.
and this is my golden opportunity to talk about my favorite spy show, My Own Worst Enemy.
Oh God!
However,
all right, I am going to talk about Get Smart over anything that Martin says from that.
Well, I was about to say the new head of Leog is
Leon.
Bo, but I just changed my mind.
However, in difference to everyone and time, I'm gonna just cut it off and not take my turn because we got to end this by talking about the Venture Brothers because that was the other inspiration.
Fuck yeah.
The fourth season of Venture
Actually,
Brothers.
I haven't seen the fourth season, so I'm going to bow out of this discussion for right this second.
It sucks.
Because I don't want to be. I don't
No,
want
it
to
is
be.
not.
Cyrus will now stick his
goddamn
fingers in his
mind.
ears and
Dissenting
sing the
opinion.
Flintstones theme song.
Okay, well thanks. All right,
I
that's
can't get
the
out.
Venture Brothers.
Venture Brothers is awesome this season.
Seriously, it has kicked all kinds
This
of
is
ass.
the worst
I agree.
season
Oh.
of the entire series.
I'm sorry.
Boy,
did
you're
it hurt
crazy.
when they pulled out your soul?
Worse
This is a culmination of everything
I
we've been
really,
wanting.
I just, okay. I'm willing to hear your argument, but don't give me. They make pedophile jokes every fucking episode. Give me a real argument. What else is bothering you other than that?
My whole thing with the Venture Brothers is that so many of the episodes in the beginning stood alone and were strong on their own, and that's not the case anymore. I really do think that it's all part of the greater overarching whole, and it's really.
Why does that make it weak?
So I disagree. Well, you didn't like the device where they took the comic book and gave the grading point at the start of the episode and used it as a device
and did a non-linear fashion
and did
to
a non-linear fashion. I thought that was fucking
brilliant.
Awesome.
I thought it was
brilliant.
cute.
Oh my!
I thought it was.
Well,
I thought
God
it was
forbid it
cute
should be.
and very. It was also gimmicky.
Jason, I can see your earlier argument that you made about the fact that the episodes seem to be procrastinating and addressing the bigger plot lines that they've culminated to.
What are you
Because
talking
they-
about? Procrastination, though.
But
I
they
think
really
that-
dwelled on the issues of Sergeant Hatred with the boys instead of like. And we didn't see Brock for like a good 4 episodes when it really was about
in
Brock.
every episode, something significant has been shown towards nearly all of the characters, which is surprising that they can do it with that large of a cast. Every episode has shown those characters growing up and getting out of this weird.
I want to jump
weirdness
in.
They've
ignored their bread and
It's
butter.
still fun.
I want to jump in and say you're both right, because I do feel like the pedophile jokes between Sergeant Hatred and Captain Sunshine, it's been a bit much, a little too much. However, in between all this, this stuff that's going on, it's like, I'm not digging this as much as I used to. This show has been great about every season evolving, and it's almost like it's evolved past me. Where like last year I laughed at like, it's probably evolved past a bunch of you. And it's like, okay, it's a little bit past me, but things have been happening. And Bo, you bring it up, how the fact is with Brock being gone, the boys have had to grow up. Like Brock was almost like keeping them from becoming more mature.
Well,
they got rid of all the clones, so these are the last ones.
They threw out the main thing.
Safety net's gone.
There's no safety net. Brock is not there to take care of them. The clones are gone. The boys are the boys.
Honestly,
and
the most recent
they're going through. I hate to bring this up, but it's like people bitching about the Order of the Phoenix, the fifth Harry Potter novel, where they're just like, he's
I'm gonna go have a cigarette.
I know. He's being so mean and horrible, but it's like, of course he is. He's a teenager. He's naughty and full of shit.
People bitched about it initially, but once they went back and read it, I think it really resonated with a lot of people. And I think maybe this 4th season of Venture Bros will do the same.
I absolutely agree.
Because I think maybe you have this expectation that'll
back to the Venture Brothers, they have never given up on their central argument, which is they're going to make fun of everybody and everything. They made a fucking Henry Darger in the Realms of the Unreal joke in the 2nd episode they ever had. And in the most recent episode,
Bowie had a killer panda.
Awesome. In the most recent episode, they made a joke about Neil Strauss and the game where he's quoting pickup artist shit.
Yeah, come on, guys, they're still obscure. They haven't lost their obscurity.
They are, and you know what? I think that's one of the things that I absolutely love about the Venture Brothers is, the entire genre. I mean, there's no doubt that the Venture Brothers is parroting and making reference to, the entire comic
They're
book
making
and
fun,
geek genre.
Everything they've done up
only,
until this season has been making fun of fandom.
Right.
And this season, they have been making some extreme comments outside of the realm of fandom, like the Henry Darger joke or what have you.
They have taken that level. Making reference to other things that people are going to get the quote-unquote in jokes. It's one thing to do that. It's another thing to take it to the level that the Venture Brothers have. It's gone beyond genre self-reference to super self-referential.
But I'm in the club.
It's just...
I'm in the club, so yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, let's not forget that it's only halfway through this 4th season.
Yeah.
So
I definitely think we're gonna get some payoff.
So while I'm still enjoying it, I can't say I'm completely out of Jason's camp. I see where he's coming from.
I see what he's saying, but it does kind of feel like the same complaints that. I hate to be one note on this,
but with Lost.
But it is with Lost that people are saying that with Lost, it feels like people expected all these answers right away, and yet they're like, "Oh, come on, get to it." And yet it's a mystery show it's been building up.
I don't think it's a question of I'm not getting answers, because I really don't think.
Are there real questions?
There are real questions, exactly.
Really,
excellent point.
For the ride.
What I think is like what I said. I think they're going outside of their normal realm of what they draw humor from and going farther out from.
Well, here's to boil it down in completely simple terms. In the first 3 seasons of the Venture Brothers, I laughed a lot.
Sure.
And in the 4th season, I didn't.
Yeah,
I know that's like boiling it down to completely brass tacks.
And like I say, it's that evolution that it does every season, I think. And I just repeat myself. I'm still digging the show. I see where you're coming from. There's still another half of it to go. Let's see where it goes, because it could totally do something that goes wow. I see where this all was going,
Jason, you're a much more bitter man than you were. Well, you used to have humor in your life.
I agree. I agree with both
Exactly.
I agree with both of you. I think what they're doing, you know, I think since both of the people that have created this, Jackson Public and Doc Hammer, have decided this is going to be the last season, they are making jokes that are just funny to them.
Is it the last season?
It is the last season.
Yes, the last season.
Yeah.
God, that sucks.
They are making jokes that are just funny to them, and they don't really care all that much anymore. As far as like, if you get it, great, because to us this is really hilarious, and if you don't get it,
And it really is a layered amount of jokes that I think does beg a rewatch of each
and
episode.
I also think
rewatchability is
I think the narrative right now, even if you're not laughing all the time, I think the narrative is really fascinating.
And
as
really,
far as saying, you know, what these characters are doing, you know, they have said from the get-go, this is a sitcom about failure.
absolutely, and I think
And they have done like they have taken some amazing fucking turns and some amazing done some amazing fucking things with these people.
Yeah,
and it's character driven. I mean, I am
hell
the
yeah.
character driven girl, and I think this show, at its base, I mean, it can't be plot driven. I mean, when you look at the plots, they're absolutely absurd. There's no overarching.
Well, they definitely
there's no
started
plot
off that
arc. But it's all about the characters. It's all about these people's development. I mean, the entirety of season 3 is backstory on everyone.
True.
You know, I mean, that's what keeps us watching. It's about what if ordinary people decided to become, you know, super scientists and arch villains and formed structures around this.
It's a
build a calamitous intent.
very depressing Watchmen
It is.
without people getting killed.
I only hope that when it comes time to do a
It
cartoon
totally
of the
is.
Leog, it's Jackson Public and Doc Hammer that do it.
Yeah.
No arguments there.
So we're gonna have to pull the plug. You know, calling this episode from the cold, as it were.
Did you guys discuss Spy versus Spy?
Dude, I so want to like go into Chuck. I have like exhausted myself
We
getting
didn't
caught
do
up on
Spy
Chuck.
versus Spy. We
and there's
didn't
just
do.
no time
We
left.
didn't do. And I apologize to anyone out there who's about to type in, why didn't you talk about I Spy? That's a great fucking series, and I'm sorry we didn't get around to it.
There's never been a better series that focused around pudding pops.
Well, yeah, Bill Cosby's like, hey, because he's a big Leon.
Well, if not for all the filth and flying that we were talking about.
I understand that you had the Sputnik satellite with the
I'm
secret
gonna
tapes,
do my Bill
and I'm gonna
Cosby
turn you over here
impersonation.
to my friend Bill
It's not
Culp.
very good.
And what have you got to say, Bill Culp? I'm gonna kill you. And that's what Bill Culp has. Wait, are we really gonna kill
Can
him?
we say the thing that ends the show now?
Yes, we can say.
Sing.
Long live the
Ethan!